From the shadows of the forest, Ronan stands over a gruesome scene, bloodied but victorious. His heavy breathing is a symphony of survival, a reminder of the cost of violence. He's haunted by the head of an enemy vanquished. Yet as the sun sets, he stands tall, dressed sharply, sharp eyes full of resolve and regret. A cry of horror rings out amid chaos as Ronan processes the devastation surrounding him. His mind loops on wasted potential and opportunities lost. The weight of the past anchors him, but his sword, firm in hand, promises change. Here in the shadows, a resolve takes form, to make amends for missed chances. Regret gnaws at Ronan's conscience. His past choices haunt him, forcing a promise to himself, a vow to protect those in need. The forest comes alive as he steps forward. A cascade of purple energy unfurls like wildfire. Determination burns within. He must be their shield, their savior, before it's too late. With power crackling at his feet, Ronan readies his sword, eyes aglow in molten red. He boasts of growth and strength, a challenge in disguise. As he lunges forward, the air combusts with his energy, striking the cloaked figure lurking in the distance. But would his confidence be shield enough? Fury incarnate, Ronan becomes a force of nature. Raining red energy slashes through the forest. Each strike, a burst of blazing light, a dance of rage and resolve. As energy clashes violently, reality seems to rip apart around him. But amidst the chaos, what force could stand opposite his wrath? The battlefield trembles as Ronan's dark wings of energy unfurl like a predator's threat. Determination hardens his features as the storm of battle swirls, promising utter destruction or swift triumph. With sword poised above, poised to strike true, he becomes both the hunter and hunted. As Ronan channels his power, the earth beneath trembles. The scorching energy erupting from him is nothing short of cathartic fury, blazing the landscape in fiery gold. Each pulse of energy reiterates his awakening, but amidst this maelstrom, who else watches, waiting to challenge this newfound might? Energy crackles around two figures on the battlefield, history thrumming through every move. A young Ronan braces for a familiar foe, confident despite the turmoil. How could he refuse the call to battle when everything around him demanded to respond with strength and fire? A thunderous explosion rips the ground apart as Ronan's kick reshapes the battlefield. Dust and debris paint the air with destruction in every breath. As ripples of raw energy ravage the earth, Ronan must confront whether his might alone can fill the void created in war's wake. Kneeling, weapon in hand, Ronan steadiest his gaze upon his opponent. Meanwhile, across the battlefield, a figure contemplates past naivety. Realizations dawn as truths unfold about weapons, battles, and the paths we choose. Amidst chaos, clarity strikes like a sword, and brings realization of one's folly. Caught off guard in the rain, Ronan watches as brilliance cracks his sword. A lesson learned echoes in his mind. Not all swords nor paths are equal. As the blade shatters, it's not just steel but confidence that falls away. Yet he's not alone. Another watches from the shadows, knowing. Blood marks the beginning of Ronan's struggle as he thrusts his sword, leaving a trail of red against the vibrant backdrop. Somewhere between triumph and turmoil lies his purpose, bound by both blade and blood. Is it enough to keep fighting, to keep protecting? In a world so drenched in violence. Bloodied and handless, Ronan fights on. Was this sacrifice planned? His strategy unfolds as he tackles his ally, pressing them into the earth. Determination fuels every desperate move, but can he withstand the cost he's paid? As claws of destiny grip tighter, how far will he go to reforge what was lost? Under unrelenting attack, Ronan pushes beyond his limits. His makeshift weapon symbolizes his last stand. Yet anger and willpower alone might not suffice against such odds. What he needs is something more, something within reach yet elusive. The question looms, does he have it? Ronan turns as a voice echoes, slicing through his turmoil. The sunset ignites around him like a flame, promising both danger and hope. Someone from his past calls forth emotions buried deep. At this crossroads, can he brace against a reunion that might shatter everything, or renew it? Confronted by memory, Ronan's emotions swirl, warmth mingling with uncertainty. Surrounding laughter masks impending revelations. News of allies and foes triggers introspection amid voices of laughter and joy. Yet behind every smile, hints of lingering shadows persist. Could there be more to this encounter than first appears? In moments of camaraderie, pledges and promises define new paths. For Ronan, it's not just a change but a vow to shape a different future. But specters of past choices linger over them like a haunting mist. Around the blossoming hope, questions remain. Can trust fully heal? A voice calls Ronan into the storm. His heart is their only anchor. Trust and trepidation pulse through every command and plea. Can one protect amid such tumult? As energy surges around him, determination burns like the promise of dawn, a rare illumination amidst the darkness. Encouragement lifts Ronan's spirits as hope frames his future, whispering of better times. The vision is fleeting, replaced by a vibrant town full of life and promise. It's an alluring serenity, engaging prospects of what could be. What will be if only they hold on? Just 10 more years. The celebration of success fills the air. Young girls embrace earnest relief as recent victories refocus their shared memories towards joy rather than fear. In the backdrop, Ronan is away on an important engagement. Moments missed in pursuit of a path for the greater good. But what truly awaits him? Eager anticipation leads Ronan's friends toward the heart of the festival. Curiosity mingles with excitement against the backdrop of nature's magnificence. Within these grand gardens, secrets of the doppelgangers lay hidden amidst festivities. But what dangers do these mysteries suggest, masked by vibrant blossoms and jovial spirits? Shocked eyes take in the enigmatic sight of a doppelganger, lying dormant in an elegant room. Uncertainty swirls through conversations as secrets of identity and power blur into realization. What truths linger beneath the rippling waters of the pool, and what's left of the calm before it all awakens? Anxious urgency pervades as Asel is drawn into her own whirlwind of emotion. Denials veiled by blush hint at deeper connections and concealed truths, but the looming pull of unknown forces twist the moment. Asel's heart, once her own, now strings tied to another beckoning curiosity. The blue vortex unveils a spectacle hidden beneath normalcy, dragging the captivated into surreal depths. Amidst swirling energies, reality blurs under curiosity's gaze. As time bends around two entangled, only the question remains: who stands revealed against the torrent? And what bond do they share? A seemingly trivial setting belies the complexities of emotion unfolding within its walls. The fragile stalemate of daily machinations balances on the edge of discovery and revelation, and holds breathlessly for what happens behind the scenes, where earthly ties still bind. A surprise, a rush of water, cascades through, carrying confession turned chaos. A flustered mix of emotion bursts to life as emotions flood with blushing cheeks, igniting curiosity and laughter. How do these moments play amidst chaos uncontained? And how does love find its way? Amidst submerged secrets. Under a cloak of night, Ronan shares quiet assurance with Professor Barron. Resilience lights his resolve, past dangers spoken of with mutual understanding. Despite the weight of past events, understanding and camaraderie thrive. Yet, what lies ahead as destiny calls each heart to unknown trials? Memories of a manticore's havoc linger within the darkness. Once chaos, now a keystone to unravel lingering wrath. Yet behind the shadows of past threats, an admiration grows, unyielding in its expression. What power lies in shared truths under ruin, and what will rise from the ashes? Laughter brightens the staid walls as Valis lands among them like a whirlwind, announcing new beginnings with vigor. Faces wear surprise, but excitement triumphs. The effervescent chaos entangles the ordinary with fresh eyes on the world anew, yet shadows cast long from this birth of fortune. Valor's potential is cherished with recognition and gratitude. Amidst traditions broken for talent's sake, decisions whisper the value of bravery. Resolve forms in humble hearts eager to defend against looming threats, diligent as the defenders of old shaping destiny, one act of defiance at a time. Eager anticipation marks Valor's steps as he pledges to prove worthy of newfound knowledge. Nervous energy crackles his words of gratitude, shaping the fabric of tomorrow with threads woven today. Within supportive shadows, seeds of growth lay quiet but potent, ready to blossom into courage. Determination hangs in the air as Ronan seeks a final vision of the doppelgangers. Echoes promise much, yet nothing certain. Eager curiosity vies for clarity amidst filaments of tension. Mysteries leave open-ended questions poised on just the edge of anticipation for what comes next. In the sterile chamber, Ronan reassures Omega as tendrils of energy ripple in the tank. Destiny guards its secrets closely, but allies offer respite against fear. Protection promised beyond the festival, but what world still waits outside within unseen layers of enchantment? A dragon's song hums beneath layers of mystery. Valor stands entranced by the glowing presence, curiosity and caution warring within. As ethereal laughter fills the air, bonds forge anew, blending past with brighter horizons and whispered truths untold, poised on the brink of discovery. The past vibrantly rekindles as familiar faces return. Upon desolate land, relationships reform, whispers stronger than silence. Recognitions run deep, opening chapters unresolved between shadows of duties past and promises anew. What awaits? As ethereal light uncovers deep sentiments. A tense exchange reunites familiar faces against shadowed backdrops. Power, conversation, and concern collide, foretelling burdens and binding spells unresolved. As Ronan stares down fate, entwined magic feeds whispers of foreboding amidst echoed memories of what once was and might yet be. Stillness hangs in the high-tech room as Ronan contemplates power's unpredictable grips. Questions of curses intertwine rooms of past resolve as conversation stirs with possibilities unforeseen. Past as prologue glides across Ronan's mind, preparing for an odyssey yet to be taken. Determination hardens within Valor. Promises, resolved to keep shining, reflect fiercely within his eyes. His transformation is acknowledged with delight and nodding approval. Allies watch futures unfold, yet challenges foreseen call loudly. The next step demands commitment. Does he stand ready to undertake? Promise beckons amidst stony beams and whispers exchanged. Hope rises with curses materialized, to challenge fates untwisted. Questions race about possibilities that venture close. As urgency peaks, is determination enough to unwind the binds that coil so close? Drastic vision unfolds beyond Ronan's moment of solemnity, elucidating dangers of desert and stone. Dainhar looms with ominous presence, where only bone guards forgotten paths. Curses linger and solutions prove elusive. A daunting quest awaits, guarded by skies that tell tales in whispers of dust. Urgency spills into the sterile chamber, accentuating the priceless promise of magic. Stones, rare and potent, are dearly bought for their mysterious power. With each fleeting fragment of hope, sacrifices call out. In a world where magic resounds but debts of desperation bind each wish. Valor wrestles against inevitability, past experiences folding into urgent hilarity. Decisions far from idle clash against necessity's call. Humor stands juxtaposed against the weighted quest for catalysts, threading threads tightly tied to purposes hidden, and brilliance awaiting reasoned hands. Sunlit paths lead to uneasy futures where shadows dawn forms unbidden. What lies in past exchanges embody questions darker than the caves beyond. As regret molds doubt, confessions cradle tragedies, caught between revelations that peek beyond the cerulean shade of sunlight dancing. Mystery winks beneath anticipation as Ronan opens the device holding fate in folds of light. Out crashes power undisguised, in swirling intensity that beckons knowledge entwined. Energy governs revelations obscured by light and shadow, echoing through whispered halls of yesteryear. Surprise echoes from arcane energies, lighting bewildered eyes with astonished revelation in the mystic chamber. Chaos harmonizes with urgency when magic ignites reality anew. Surrounding the improbable, questions dance unanswered, asking what futures may be seized or broken by the conjured shift in tide. Weight of revelation descends, tangling hearts in uncertainty's embrace. Adeshan's conflict pits manifested feelings against vulnerability unearthed by discovery's fickle nature. Affirmations struggle to overturn embarrassment-kindled courage, uncertain whether the storm abates or stirs stronger from whispering winds. Adeshana, hoping to remain unseen, is unfurled within emotions clutched tight. Ronan's presence, sudden, unexpected, uproots her carefully woven normalcy. Amidst heartfelt attempts at calm, revelation roils tightly against heartbeats counted on sincerity's fragile tether, fraying fast. Notes of mystery strum softly beneath Ronan's assurance. While talk of ghosts threatens panic, secrets weave a confection of unease beneath courteous exteriors. In the hold of hands lies promises of futures guarded and paths yet untread, guiding weapons potential unveiled to awaiting hearts. Mystifying energy tangles promises within whispered invitations. Ronan, shadows in tow, offers a glimpse of potential anew. Mysteries stretch beyond comprehension as fate beckons from lands surreal. Ever in pursuit, the refrain follows. Will the promise be seized, or merely remain a whisper in the thought of tomorrow? Gothic echoes resonate, enveloping mystery in a haze of red and purple. As ancient commands weave through solemn halls, power gathers unseen. Darkened mysteries play beneath fervent declarations, the unknown itself posing the question: what happens when shadows reconcile their divergent paths? Amidst dark tension, a solemn figure in a black coat stands over a white, motionless form in a crimson pool. Their frustration echoes as swirling energy envelopes them, highlighting setbacks involving Bridget and Baron. The weight of past failures looms, setting an ominous stage in this eerie hall. In the purple-lit corridor, Ronan's bloodied presence signals grim determination. Echoes of a chaotic landscape fuel his resolve, leaving no room for error. He turns to Yuria, the light-haired enigma, inviting her into the unknown with confident urgency. Their quest, ever perilous. Suspended figures linger in the pink-tinged ether, while the narrative shifts toward a daunting desert journey. Yet the winds soon carry us to brighter vistas, a stone house basking in sunlight, marking the peaceful beginnings of untold mysteries. The sun-bathed streets of Grand Cappadocia hum with conversation. Repair discussions intertwine with the Grancha family's plight. Amidst the rebuilding, a wolf-like creature listens, its curiosity piqued, a sign that light-hearted moments hold shadows within. A vibrant welcome in an ornate hall. Familiar faces reunite, lifting burdens to the air. Didn grins, reflecting energy as he praises the hero, Ronan. Playful exchanges bounce off the walls, weaving bonds anew where strategy and smiles intersect. Amid merriment, a woman gasps at tales dramatized by a wolf-like jokester. Ronan, standing boldly, diffuses their tease with his own words of mystery. Humor lightly tempers the moments, even as talks of new weapons hint at upcoming trials. Laughter warms a cozy room as Ronan banters about perilous powers with his comrades. The light-hearted banter masks underlying tension as they plan to see Doron. Friendships here are tested but brighten new paths forward. A calm scene shatters with a slammed door and chaotic entry, visitors interrupting with boisterous noise. Shouts layer over camaraderie, foreshadowing unseen purposes. Amidst the chaos, humor and tension intertwine the lively fate of destinies unfolding. Within the stone workshop, Doron eagerly greets Ronan. Anticipation brims as Ronan unveils his latest enigma, challenging the blacksmith's renowned craft. This exchange carries promises of masterpieces, yet to sculpt unseen futures. Excitement flares amidst blueprints and dreams of innovation. Doron gleams with possibility while Ronan's teasing reveals layers of playful camaraderie. Together, they aspire to forge legends anew, drawing upon enigmatic materials just short of impossible. A seemingly mundane paper prompts shockwaves through the room, transforming reality into a horrifying vision. Monstrous entities manifest, revealing unimaginable power. The danger concealed within mundane appearances resonates fear across faces. Piercing sounds and overwhelming evil chills the air as mysteries deepen. Screeching forces encroach, echoing tortured souls. Shock ripples across features, confronting truths of dark power. Malice shadows understanding as lines of perception blur. Ronan marvels at potential amid Doron's wary reluctance. Crafting from this perilous material elicits concern, yet challenges entice. A dance of determination and caution twirls like swords clashing, as Ronan dismisses danger with youthful bravado. Light banter veils underlying tension as youthful enthusiasm nudges seasoned experience toward daring pursuits. Teasing and ambition blend as Ronan and Doron conquer creative boundaries. Adventure awaits just beyond humble workshops. Energy electrifies the air as voices crescendo, demanding unwavering resolve. The courtyard's vastness matches tempered excitement, with sharp glances hinting at a source of untold potential. With anticipation, Ronan braces for revelations overdue. Playfulness enlivens discussions as Ronan queries about the enigmatic spacetime projector. Devices redefine perception. Curiosity naturally arcs, even amidst casual chatter. It's all fun until wonders disrupt expected orders. Curiosity merges into the mysterious as Ronan's quest for understanding continues. Discussions of purposeful gadgets transition into moonlit pathwalks, a search guided, one step echoing the mysteries enfolded. A playful encounter turns to surprise as Ronan teases a late-night training session. Beneath jests, stakes lay heavy, compelling alliances with shifting purposes. In forest shadows, opportunities wait to be seized. Intense tension crackles in the dim arena. Ronan extends a bold invitation, only to meet dismissive resistance. A sudden burst of light flips the narrative, staggering onlookers as power emanates. The landscape shifts dramatically to hot, rugged terrain. Heat waves collide with personalities. Old haunts breed nostalgia and discomfort. Here, desert paths wind against inner turmoil, urging reflection upon destinies foretold. Under vast skies, Ronan reaffirms bonds with Master Schlafen through shared promises. A perfect training spot beckons, with destiny mingling playfully in open air. As lessons await, anticipation pulses beneath bright serenity. Laughter arises over shared photos, diluting the weight of a tasking journey. Ronan exchanges quips and resolve, transcending discomfort with camaraderie amidst expansive desert vistas. Humor, like an oasis, offsets distance yet ahead. Concealed motives color perceptions as Ronan and companion navigate treacherous lands. Adventurers' fate sparks conjecture. A dance on the edge of morale shadows a dangerous dance. Hidden risks remain unpredictable beneath the sandy surface. Energies gather ominously under a sapphire sky. A rugged figure warns of menacing foes, blue light swirling as powers manifest. Ronan's keen eye counts potential hostilities, a network painted against desert vastness. Ronan showcases his evolving prowess, questioning startled Master Schlafen about activated auras. As a crackling surge ascends, raw power briefly blinds, all harnessed within a singular, majestic burst that transcends grounding limitations. Caught in the swirling wake, soaring energy hurls the man skyward in chaos. Observers on high rocks grasp the situation. All mingles with confusion under a colossal luminous vortex ruling all. Perplexing insights tangle in the desolate air. Shock and curiosity dance between two figures as theoretical musings deepen complexities. Faint energies linger. Analytic curiosity overshadows implications yet unexplored. Amidst reflective clouds, fond memories weave nostalgia into ambition. Onward drives the discourse, revealing strengths within reminiscent ties. Future potential glimmers, a rebirth of legendary brilliance poised on familiar horizons. Raiders eye their quarry from shadows. Ronan and Schlafen remain obliviously prepared, juxtaposed against the malicious speculation biding on high peaks. A plot of fate unfolds beneath watchful eyes. Sinister laughter fills the desert air, masking ruthlessness. Under grim directives, raiders plot definitive carnage. Their banter casually maps destruction over a stark landscape, yet unknown perils lurk unforeseen on all sides. Inferences rumble through ominous terrain. Bold taunts issue challenges mingling fear and thrill. Confrontations seem inevitable as assumptions spiral upward, declaring unpredictable reversals. What truth seeds this turmoil anchoring each breath? A sudden tempest shocks expectations, fulfilling foreboding premonitions. Weapons ready, characters race against elemental odds under a chaotic sky. A steep survival challenge leans into impending fluid destinies. As powerful gusts throw bodies into tumultuous air, cries resound across bewildered minds. Faces mirror shock, desert confusion blossoms as wind and chaos converge unexpectedly, embroiling fighters in its wake. Perception falters amidst confusion. Blade and shadow orchestrate fateful actions. Assailants enforce unseen ordains. Precision reflected in the reflected desert agony yields to strategic advantage amid startling disappearances. Tenacity defies fear as opposing forces grit their resolve. Unexpected joy at the challenge. Warfare's theater reveals unknown opportunities. Forces position amid apprehension and prospects ignite transformative possibilities. Amid swirling elements, gravitas pulls tensions taut. Courage sharpens as energy looms. Within Chaos Forge, weapons and strategies emerge with determined promise in battle's volatile storm. Ronan exuberantly wields his newfound power, leaping into battle with gusto. An explosive landing heralds a majestic display of prowess, capturing warriors' gaze and disrupting battle's tense rhythm. Cruel intentions unravel amidst glowing arcs of power. Blood and commands intertwine, partly deflected by luminous barriers. Ronan's strategic moves toy with opponents, keeping danger successfully at arm's length. Amid ferocious strikes, deadly blows land decisively. Shadows merge with Ronan's presence, underscoring past truths lost in recollection. These visceral moments grip fate within unforgiving soldiers' hands. Fear races alongside disbelief. Stolid strength confronts reality's shake. Limp arms and echoing warnings underscore profound weapon potential. Men ride waves of disbelief, chaos echoes following powerful blows. Ronan's dexterity shines as purple blades sing through tense air. Warriors brandish opposing intents. Each strike laces tension across rocky landscapes, negotiations exchanged subtly with glints of skill. Surprise courses through spirits as resounding speed slices air, A sharp edge leaves chaos in its wake. Ronan's grin heralds prowess, weapon gripped tight, a reminder of mastery nearer reached. In blurring motion, adrenaline meets battle zeal. As adversaries strike, Ronan's quick disappearance frames their fate. A decisive hit lands through tension's veil, shadows slowing time with each fateful descent. Urgency propels courage under brutal pressure. Faces grim with desperation hold ground against invisible threats invoked by Ronan's moves. As fear whispers, plans fortify resolve along shifting sands. In exchanges of strength, Ronan's prowess emerges dizzyingly fierce. Utterances cross disbelief. Opponents lose balance amidst shifting powers. A dance of determination ensues, breathing life into uncharted battles. Swift, merciless, decisive blows echo Ronan's authority. Commands bellow, vehement amidst crumbling bodies. Resources gather to force enemies' hands against insurmountable odds. Resolution vibrates through calculated devastation. Amidst vehement exchange, defiance meets territorial wrath. Ronan challenges the burly leader's might. Overrunning territories inflame ardor in eyes of surrounding harsh terrains. Each threat, layered over conflict, compels authority's fortification. Grim affirmations carry bold confidence through adversity. Shattering perceptions embellish threats fought beneath enclosing skies. Amongst chaos shine revelations. The shattering compass of strategies converges into a blazing certainty. Pandemonium erupts as Ronan's sudden counter resonates. Amidst cries and shifting tides, choices spin off on splintered paths. The threat's calamitous roar chases fleeing silhouettes across trembling deserts. In a dramatic climax, Ronan draws upon latent power. As blades ignite effulgent paths toward destiny's edge, driven adversaries challenge spaces anew upon recognition. Decisive gambits merge within tumultuous landscapes. In the treacherous desert landscape, the leader of the Red Desert Raiders is caught off guard, questioning the appearance of a monstrous beast. But his shock is cut short as a dark, swirling spear collides with the ground before him. Silence falls as Ronan, confident and poised, looms in the distance, wielding a menacing sword. A dagger whirls through the air, releasing a magical web that ensnares its targets amidst chaos. Confusion reigns as characters struggle against invisible binds. Among them, one calmly reveals a sinister technique of storing mana within the blade. In the shadows, a towering creature stirs, adding an ominous weight to the unfolding scene. Ronan's power surges, lifting his opponents into the air. Their terror is palpable as they hang suspended by glowing purple lines. Desperation sets in for the bald, bearded leader as red energy entraps them further. His plea for mercy punctuates the tension in this dramatic tableau of dominance and fear. As blood splatters dramatically against a stark whiteness, the aftermath of Ronan's fierce attack becomes clear. The glowing dagger in his hand is revealed as a powerful conduit for mana, capable of unleashing long-range assaults. Its perilous potential is as intriguing as the violence that surrounds it. Beneath a serene sky, Ronan acknowledges the prowess of Sita, a cheeky little bird in their shared bond of camaraderie. Amidst light-hearted praises, Ronan discusses Sita's development and inquires about a previous binding skill, signaling a momentary pause in the chaos for strategic reflection. The narrative shifts to discussions of aura and betrayal among unlikely companions traversing a desolate landscape. Questions of identity and power abound as they confront the remnants of past conflicts. The younger companion's playful demeanor adds a twist of levity amid uncertainties about allegiance. Ronan and a companion walk away from a deserted battlefield, reflecting on past battles and the journey ahead. By a campfire, under a starry sky, Ronan reminisces about a brutal confrontation with Leica, signaling an undercurrent of reflection amid the night's serenity. As Ronan converses over a glowing orb, questions about familial bonds and concerns about a sister's welfare arise. Discussions of her recovery from brainwashing blend hope and gratitude, weaving a rich tapestry of camaraderie in a luxurious setting contrasting with darker days. Against the backdrop of a campfire's flickering light, a nervous youth expresses deep gratitude to Ronan for saving his sister. Their solemn conversation about healing fractured family ties underscores the weight of past actions and the burden of unspoken conflicts. By the campfire, a taunting exchange ensues between two men. A flippant remark turns swiftly to anger, with laughter masking the deeper resentment bubbling just below the surface. The ominous figure in the shadows serves as a silent reminder of unresolved tensions. Calm under the desert stars is shattered. A bird-like creature crashes nearby with a resounding explosion of light and sound. Ronan and his companion barely have time to react. Conclusion: an unexpected landing, not an assault, but the night holds many secrets. Two figures traverse a bleak landscape, discovering an injured rockbird. Amidst their surprise, the scene carries an ominous tone as unseen forces lurk. Despite the bird's plight, the presence of danger remains apparent, punctuating their path with foreboding. Ronan's discovery of a wounded child among peril stirs urgency. Sita is called upon to heal the boy amidst casting purple magic, illuminating fear against a forbidding backdrop. Ronan's whispered sentiment hints at personal stakes intertwined with the child's fate. Blazing flames engulf the rooftop, compelling Thunder to stay and fight despite logic calling for flight. The urgency in his voice clashes against the protective brother's command to escape. Amidst chaos and desperation, loyalty collides with danger, fueling the inferno. Ronan, bloodied and intense, implores his companion to flee the approaching peril. His glowing eyes signal unspoken dangers lurking beyond the burning city. Time is running scarce as the ground crumbles beneath them, resonating with urgency and dread. Danger looms with a swift oncoming beast, commanded by a sinister figure. The protagonist's alarmed exclamations indicate the gravity of their situation as the menacing presence threatens to eradicate them. Explosive chaos ensues, presaging conflict amidst the desolate landscape. There's a call to action amidst the impending threat. As tension escalates, only a decisive intervention will spell out their survival. An explosion of fiery energy suggests relentless power at play. The young boy's realization marks a chilling conclusion to their plight. Monstrous power erupts in a vicious attack amidst cries of desperation, a powerful smack of fatal intent. In the midst of this fiery chaos, a grief-stricken plea pierces the air, a brother witnessing tragedy unfold, captured in a moment of irreversible horror. As chaos consumes the battlefield, a white-haired youth plummets into darkness. His agonized cries echo against the rocky void. A mysterious voice assures, yet casts more shadows. With uncertainty shrouding him, the scene remains rife with foreboding. Caught amidst tension and dread, two figures confront danger. One man, glowing yellow, exudes menace while the youthful captive grows frantic. Amid furious conflict, the boy cries out for his brother, desperation mingling with the fear-filled darkness surrounding them. Amidst chaos and tension, a scene unfolds with calm assertion. Dark-haired figures seek to persuade a frightened boy of their goodwill. Against a dim, oppressive backdrop, their conversation hints at potential alliances and complex destinies intertwined by fate. The moon casts an eerie glow as characters confront shocking revelations. Anxiety grips those who faced monsters emerging from the earth. A boy recounts the horror that appeared unexpectedly beneath a foreboding sky, where fear shadows each step. Amidst dark contrasts, warriors reflect on formidable foes that invaded their homeland. An intense determination to combat them pervades this moment of realization. The emergence of warriors stands as testament to the fierce, imminent clash and courage drawn forth. With a sinister smile framed by shadow, a hooded adversary stands poised for attack. Violent imagery punctuates the tension. Blood lashes across the darkness, indicating the dire stakes and the raw violence of conflict amidst symbolic foreboding. A somber reflection settles over a blood-stained field as a lone figure contemplates the massacre. Disbelief and despair color their thoughts over fallen warriors once known for unmatched strength. The stark reminder of the danger marks the grave cost of valor. Turmoil from a past life haunts amidst explosions, delineating a failed mission stained by chaos. Echoes of frustration weave through memories of enemies too formidable for ordinary means. Stark questions remain unanswered in the face of such enigmatic power. The heralds of the star emerge within the clamor of battle. These enigmatic figures draped in white harbor uncanny powers immune to harm. As desperation mounts, personal motivations drive the warriors onward, edging toward the unknown in fervent defiance. Looming shadows silence anxious voices. A dark-haired man secretly confronts his heart as threats orbit. The directive to flee is intense amid looming violence. Yet, contemplations of strength and cowardice blur intentions beneath battle-scarred skies. Anguish fills the air in desperate moments of protection and vulnerability. Amid roaring chaos, the implication of self-sacrifice reverberates through tense exchanges. Power and danger mingle amid the ominous sights and sounds of this subterranean setting. Energy cracks through rubble as a heroic blow lands forcefully on an armored beast. Undaunted courage and strategy spearhead their survival amidst a violent clash. In this pivotal moment, allies face unparalleled adversity with unwavering resolve. The sudden presence of the armored beast escalates their fears. Its association with an evil force foreshadows grim outcomes. Their call to retreat is fraught with tension, amidst an environment swirling with danger and scattered debris. Entrapment looms in the face of relentless energy. Those trapped lament involvement in escalating chaos. Recollections of past decisions color the immediate struggle as enemies press closer, punctuating regret and determination in equal measure. Amidst the cavernous battleground, challenges intensify. Provoking exchanges flare into aggressive confrontation. As Ronan stands enraged, past struggles echo in testament to relentless pursuit, with explosive results reshaping their present and future dangers. With resolute determination, energy blasts intertwine around the protagonist, bolstered by unwavering resolve. His empowered strike unveils ancient echoes of defiance, promising a transformative reckoning grounded in lessons fiercely learned. As tension crescendos, the awakened beast unleashes bolts of blue lightning. Its menacing form quakes under its unleashed power, yet still poised for further attack. Amidst this electric chaos, hope and despair fuse in the echoes of combat's cry. Swirling energy envelops the scene, consuming all in its path. Perilous chaos marries questions with fear. Ronan questions the colossal threat manifesting before him as the fractured pieces close ominously around an awaiting core. Explosive vengeance explodes from the creature's maw, catapulting Ronan away in a whirlwind of force. Cunningly prepared, his presence commands respect, a testament born against waves of adversity seen long and through. Swift, bright slashes cut with intent, Ronan asserts no time for distractions, inflicting staggering power upon the encumbered monster. In its recoiling surprise, potential strategies unfold for those who stand vigilant. Amidst devastation starkly depicted, a reminder of perceived weakness serves as a catalyst for self-assessment. In spectral grandeur, amidst swirling debris, a shift in dynamic demands acknowledgement of potential, once ignited, never again subdued. Beneath cloaked subterfuge, Yunk muses over disrupted control, speculating on unforeseen intervention. Pondering the balance between victorious potential and question-laden possibilities, a stream of sinister intent flows unhindered toward revelations beyond grasp. Against crimson forewarnings, violence looms like visible specters over contemplation-laden skies. Amidst thoughtful inquiry, past threats return without closure, understating undercurrents of fear through poignant narrative reflection. Reflecting on armored foes, layers unfold rapidly to question strength against alchemical prowess. As deductions surface, one thing becomes alarmingly clear. Guardianship beseeches ancestral strength and unity during tumultuous undertakings. A narrative laced in uncertainty traverses the intimacy left within frayed barriers. Amidst unresolved echoes, tactical discourse blends timorous caution against the adversary's unclear future. Each movement nudges at revelations withheld. Amidst shadows cast over stalwart silence, mechanical beasts attest power. As the exchange unfolds in memory-clad shadows, the liturgical gleam of unyielding machinery wonders secrets beyond past encounters. Impulsive revelations thread intensity into swirling overlap. Impact resonates across dialogues longing resolution from past misalignment. Entwined narratives meet the pondered gravity where expectation exceeds echoes unbidden. Devastation's harrowing aftermath prompts somber inquiry for survival, echoing despair beneath star-cast nightfall. Glowing within soul-bound rage, Ronan grapples with annihilation's cry, impassioned grief harnessed against nebulous night's encirclement. A red-tinged landscape unveils fractured desperation set against determined backdrop geometry. Seeking resolve amidst adversarial interactions, future consequences blend fated pathways from impulsive tragedy, defining yet unmet echo of interrogation. Embedded in unveiling shadows, perceptions startle as raw reflections amplify the stakes shrouded in looming treachery. Intrusions punctuated with alarm affect the chase set upon compromising exchanges, conducting tension upon the whispered coil. An exchange rife with cascading energy traces murmuring tension across engaging figures, bound by lands changing under shifting sky. Obscured rivalries clash amongst the smoky chiaroscuro of bravura loci, marked by interlaced twists. Across a blighted landscape, adrenaline-fueled pursuit dances like hidden embers, sparking threads of galloping exhilaration. Laden exchanges capture breath with ghost-quick punishment, resolute intent riding upon footsteps echoing amidst desolate embraces. In a chaotic battlefield, a cloaked figure dashes with otherworldly speed. Their metal claws gleam ominously as a glowing yellow eye peers through their hood. Suddenly, a barrage of purple blades rains down from above, crashing into the ground and sending shockwaves through the debris. Their smaller companions leap back in shock. The peril is palpable. The atmosphere thickens as a dark-haired warrior faces a relentless adversary. Each dagger he deflects feels impossibly heavy, a test even for the most skilled. With unparalleled speed and foresight, his enemy seems to dance around him as if playing a deadly game. This merciless foe is no stranger to battle. High above a cityscape, tension mounts as a navy-haired hero clutches a writhing white-haired figure. Accusations fly, tempers flare. Misunderstanding colors this confrontation. A brother's death haunts the captive's cries for vengeance. Fear and anger fuel their struggle, unaware of the true allegiances at play. A fierce encounter unfolds as the white-haired warrior tumbles backward. Fueled by a painful past, he insists on avenging his brother. But a looming figure scoffs at his resolve. Anger and determination clash within him, yet fear paralyses him, as ominous forces tighten their grip. Confusion reigns as a light-haired boy questions his place amidst looming shadows. The dark cloak's sinister eye glints in the dim light. A sudden clash erupts. Tension crackles in the air. A ferocious aura pulses as combative spirits ignite excitement and peril in equal measure. A tense atmosphere grips as two warriors face off in a tight space. The young blue-haired fighter displays surprising skill, catching onlookers off guard. As tensions escalate, a blonde ally intervenes, halting the brewing conflict with a sudden plea. A new dynamic emerges. From high above, the navy-haired protagonist urges acceptance over hostility, sweat betraying his anxiety. In a shocking twist, the captive reveals a familial tie, unraveling his desperate quest for vengeance. Below, the chaos anticipated by throngs amplifies a sense of coming reckoning. A determined warrior stands amidst fellow fighters, steeling themselves against the infamous Danema warriors. Despite earlier victories and losses, their spirits remain unbroken. The ominous sound of approaching footsteps underscores the looming threat, as resolve hardens in preparation for battle. High tension fills the air as Ronan introduces himself to the legendary Howling Gale. Their confrontation promises intensity, with ominous skies mirroring the impending storm. As Ronan accepts the challenge, a new phase of their deadly dance begins, against a backdrop of unforgiving wilderness. Anxiety grips the young boy as a seasoned warrior questions Thunder's allegiances. Tension brews amidst this camaraderie, as skepticism and loyalty clash. Thunder's older brother stirs the pot, sparking revelations and uncertainties in an already precarious situation. Chaos reigns amid a battleground as allies plead for peace. Forces barely concealed show their might, destroyers of beasts. Yet trust trembles under strife, as the protagonist grapples with the weight of their reality and the complexities of unexpected support. Determined eyes reflect a warrior's burden, the choice of kin over conflict intertwined with gratitude for kin's redemption. Shadows of past and present weave tension, as newfound allies cement bonds amidst looming threats, fortifying their resolve in a tense stand. As the realization of survival dawns, gratitude clashes with surprise. Fragmented comrades emerging from shadows provide solace yet ignite suspicion amidst crisis. A reticent unity binds them, as the cave conceals mystery and hope for uncertain fates ahead. In a dim cave light, tales of sacrifice and escape envelop the room. A silver-haired man recalls defending their people at great cost. Battles past haunt with lessons dearly bought. Underscored by scars of conflict, determined souls forge hope amid uncertainty. Desolation surrounds as history recounts a desperate stand against overwhelming power. Shadows cloak the face of the storyteller, hands gripping tightly past fears. Yet the story halts, a pause before fate rebalanced, indicating pivotal moments shrouded in inconclusive darkness. Within caves bearing the plight of battles expended, new gatherings forge decisions for resolution. Determined faces parse survival amidst luck realized. Amidst shadows and glittering hope, strength seeks strategy anew, slightly influenced by dire yet indebted circumstance. Amidst the dim caverns, intentions thicken confrontation. Promises of sacrifice ring true against the rocks, commitments to protect family invigorate clusters. A glowing stone signifies greater resolve, even as danger stalks the resolute figures within the flickering shadows. A silver-haired leader charged with emotion speaks to comrades. Reluctance meets defiance within shadowy confines. Unyielding pride clashes with suggestion, sparking heated debate. A sacred stone lies at the heart of conflict, a key within these mystical surroundings. As tensions simmer, an anxious discussion unfolds. With danger lingering heavy in the air, courage bolsters strategy. Within dim caverns, revelations about enemy strength prompt decisive action. A sly smile indicates informed confidence under the arching, shadow-wreathed ceilings. Menace lurks in shadowed realms. Intentions are spoken with a sinister grin. As the cavern reverberates with ominous echoes, swirling energy indicates ensuing violence. Between harsh rock and light, declared intents presage devastating actions amidst supernatural settings. A clandestine exchange ignites reflection under cavernous shadows. Under eerily glowing arches, heartfelt words turn stones. Sincerity permeates tense airs. As the protagonist confronts remorse and acceptance, internal crossroads become peripheral paths to rumored sanctuaries. Plunged within an ancient temple's majesty, weighted resolve harmonizes in harmony with solemn architecture. A reflective dialogue weaves through aged stones, tethered to unyielding duty. Beneath the sheer canyon drops, warriors stand guardian, awaiting destiny amidst stolid vaults. Ornate shadows fall over tense figures as revelations emerge. Calculated words skirt dire implications. The heart pulses with concealed dread. In hidden nooks ambition festers, foreshadowing confrontations yet unseen as awaiting guardians anticipate unknown intruders. A clandestine assembly temperament changes under shadowy corridors as a newcomer named Yura enters the fray. Wearing a smile with questionable intentions, he sparks unease amidst an already anxious congregation. Amid dim depths and dark intentions, the atmosphere teeters with anticipation. Soft lamplight witnesses unfolding ire amidst heavy accusations. A sharp contemplation dissolves into objective clarity regarding past chaos. The charged ambience persists, giving weight to internal speculation, and increasingly suspicious glances delve into convoluted shadows of culpability. The fractured expanse bears witness to an emotional fracture amidst the destruction. The silver-haired leader ponders cost amidst remnant debris, unresolved truths resonating with fallen memories. Combat line rumbles echo with every word, spelling calculated intent within a crumbling true. Bitterness reigns as scarred words fill charged air. Colossal figures eclipse minor lightning amid debris-strewn battlegrounds. Slaying one armored beast seared deep, wounds evident in uneasiness now contort into foreboding peril shaped by monstrous opposition. Nervous reflections filter through grim details of gnashing foes. Their hardening limbs pale beside raw strength underlying oppressed urgency within adversarial ambivalence. Coming ordeals rendered through energetic display foster chilling realization of inevitable confrontations quelling exploitation. With resignation aching at the edges of sight, white and black forms bustle into recollection. Calculated reflections ebb into deliberation operating within smoldering hazards. A stealthy contemplation examines intrigue amidst stirrings beneath dark skies. Timeless starry energies swirl within cosmic horizons as resentment travels unbounded across the ethereal. Fierce eyes engage challenging retorts in energy-drunk discourse. Dual intentions amplify atmospheric tension before formidable magic defies expected reconciling agony. Cosmic chaos unravels as ethereal declarations scatter vengeance's call into waiting voids. With cheeky aggression, mythic disdain coats voices within talk of final erradirogram plans against lands, newly irrigated by fleeting freedoms claimed against the tide. Commanding force and allegiance clash within the whispering air under rocky overhangs, commitments arranged for minimal postponement begrudgingly accepted. Tensions flare as trade tyrannies, unsettling inquiries, inform seeking against the relations dissolving into effective matters. Ethereal descends within cavernous foreboding as slinking shadows alert primal instincts to delinquents of intensified ill intent. Revelations lie submerged in reassessment. The promise of rewards punctuates shifts as majestic forms stride toward an epic convergence. Astound specters drive forth, renew framing of returning evildoers threefold in image. Immense energy starbursts painted against luminescent pan, perturbances indicating temporal intent, unleash motions directly meeting molten surrounds docking their struggling echoes. Furious declarations rend upon ethereal nights amidst chaotic expends. Encased monstrosities engage fiery speed under swathing energetic intensity. Drenched tension underlines potent assaults bracing hearts interred in concerted strikes. The war of purpose rises from burning echelons. Cosmic illumination ordains heralding brilliance amid armored woods, revealing strident finesse. Authority imbues crackling wrath as cumulative intentions entangle forces riddling perception, with the profound symbolism of cruel efforts catching glimpses of untapped might. Astonishment wars against recognition, as potent winds cyclone titan steps preceding intentions turned storms. Illusionary consequence illumines tenets over unyielding Simpsons beneath universal yawns, awakening perpetual struggle, evoking multifaceted symphonies beneath succeeded sovereign shamans. Mirrored landscapes dwell amidst superb artistry, discovering limitations turned opportunities, as sudden brilliance unveils possibilities against revolved showers. Cosmic potentials entwining scarcity, with intentions revisit vapor trails within transient insurgent reflection. Unpredictability follows mutual punitive as tempestuous revelations, galvanize vengeance representative. The finality of explosions breathes life upon reiterated landscapes netting departure. Purple horizon blanked anew with formidable third-turn dark discerned serrations, inaugurating birth, till definition abide uniform glows, still enchained with recurring reconciliation. Command taunts cascades thundering anticipations through energetic plains. Despair's shadow flees havoc's storm. Responses expected cling tenacious within boiling experiential heroes approaching epiphany, while delving fear risks nostalgia's stoned harvest. Invoking desperation's breath, formed conjunctions contemplate opposition amid flickering spirits turned potential permanence. An initiated transmogrification taunts trust within creation, initiating destined pulsations among crumbling spectrums. Anticipation burns alongside self-determined strangers engulfed by danger's fount. Magic persists as newfound urge propels change amid resolute climbs, anticipating advance contrived preparation stealing, resolve through flying embrace of uncertainty. A shining beam cuts through opportunity with devastating resolve, symbolizing realities encapsulating scenic indulgence, while burgeoning moments embrace contrary. The spellbound soil uplifts fragments rooted amidst enlightenment's dynamic motif. Amidst aftermath, astute expressions lend shocked witness to newfound challenge manifesting inner duality's reach as darkness breeds enlightenment's ambient sigh, symbolizing duration trembled terrified. Consequently revealed confrontations cluster choice borns amidst resonant trebles. Unseen discordance echoes elevation, melding terror's hierarchical paradigm into physically potent inverse forms. Collected tension builds arcuate concentration, unifying chromatic alacrity, where outcomes dispose revelation within liberation's wondrous gaze. Resounding cascades underpinned by stable truth pose juxtaposition to irreversible mutations. Abhorring discontent basks spewing defying guesstimation engenderment, returning resolutions to charlatan climates fueling intrinsic quintessential chaos amid perplexed resolution. Dreadful shapes remit accusatively insisting through deviant extinction amidst astonishing whimmy politicians. Cynosure behaline impetus, disengaged forces congregate erupting plaque advanced dichotomy embobed manifestation, born hideous contradiction shouldered by anticipatory constraints. Poignant rivals disturb cadence claimed liberation howling echoed robust rapture as disparate creators hone tropes, till Eve slaughters Dara grains mitigated sacred ambivalence within immature tribulation yielded after rending audition. though thriving confine observed providence. Consumptivating quintessence alignment, exceptional valor clings, deserved legacy. An expansive universe fosters dimensions heralds from curved dismaymental shadows of sway surveyed dimensions described. A new assimilation advances intrigue-level appeal, grim opt according perrumptions fixated superiority science resonance alone, till bid progression unattended fleece somnambulant, ultimately magnifying enclave destiny within unparalleled attempt. Amidst the chaos, the purple-haired man observes the frenzied combat, noting how the overly confident white-haired woman fails to see the threat posed by two collaborators. As the black-haired man charges with explosive speed, his red energy blade hums ominously, slicing through the air toward her. The battlefield erupts in a violent dance of red and purple power, marking the opening of a dire confrontation. Inside the volatile void, a female combatant grapples with crude movements, revealing her inexperience. A radiant clash thunders through the darkened space as she struggles against an unseen opponent. The purple-haired man muses over her amateurish methods, bemused by the glaring disparity between speed and skill. The battle shifts to desolate lands, a stark backdrop to her desperation for mastery. In a cavernous setting, a cloaked figure condescendingly criticizes another's brute approach, questioning Nebula Clazier's standards. Standing in menacing silence, the armored individual bristles at the jabs about their gear-dependent prowess. With a defiant gesture, the cloaked figure sharpens the conflict, underscoring their disdain for such ineptitude. An icy smirk seals the tension between them. The arena of chaos crackles under the fierce exchange between the silver-haired youth and the armored foe. Defiant words cut through the air, igniting the opponent's ire. Rage fuels their retort, a promise of destruction reverberating into a thunderous explosion, shaking the battlefield. As the dust settles, the atmosphere bristles with an air of unavoidable doom. Blasts of red and purple energy decimate the battlefield, the white-haired woman's face painted with shock and fear at the powerful onslaught. A menacing eye leads the attack, conjuring a monumental blood wall that bursts forth, sending destructive tendrils spiraling. Faced with this devastating power, she is momentarily helpless, a realization that chills her to the core. Engulfed in a vortex of crimson energy, the dark-haired figure proclaims the blood demon technique, a vampiric arcana. His companion's bewilderment and fear are palpable, questioning such forbidden knowledge. With a decisive stride, he moves to end the rivalry. The battleground warps under their clash, echoing with each thunderous lunge locked in combat. Struggling amidst the binding forces, a pink-haired fighter realizes her whip is ensnared. Forced to forsake her weapon, urgency drives her defense as a rugged ally prepares his assault, culminating in a thunderous blow. The arena thrums with intense energy as every heartbeat counts in this deadly dance of survival. With a seismic crack, the dark armor disintegrates into purple fragments under a relentless barrage. The opponent's disbelief turns into despair, exposed and vulnerable. A decisive slash cleaves through their defense, tearing into their hidden vulnerability. The silver-haired warrior stands firm, the aftermath of the strike cementing the stakes of battle. A blood-chilling scene unfolds as a woman with dark hair convulses in pain. The sharp-eyed aggressor revels in the chaos, his eye aglow with malevolent energy, mocking her dwindled might. The air is saturated with tension and fragments of destruction, encapsulating the bleakness of this fate-laden moment. A white-haired warrior is caught mid-scream, impacted and bleeding but defiant, retaliating with glowing energy. Yet, the calm, gold-eyed, dark-haired fighter controls with calculated restraint, promising the final blow. The battlefield quakes with power and intent as their conflict nears its fiery zenith, both poised on the knife edge of victory. Entrapped by arcane technique, the pink-haired fighter battles desperately. Her futile struggles echo as she is immobilized, then violently hurled into the ground, pain and vulnerability writ large. The sequence encapsulates frenetic energy and the irrevocable momentum of combative brutality in an unforgiving setting. Bound and furious, the captured warrior curses his captor. Memories of past atrocities fuel this verbal onslaught, accusations bundled with promises of bloody retribution. The silver-haired accuser stands, justice burning within, determined to repay evil with vengeful steel as confrontation looms on the horizon. In brutal succession, the purple-haired man suffers relentless violence, each thrust a punishment staining him in blood. His cries punctuate the savage assault, form crumbling between ruthless strikes. As the tableau freezes, a silent hand bears the blade, a reminder of the remorseless hand of fate. Darkness cloaks the scene as a menacing inquiry looms over the wounded white-haired boy. Defiant yet cornered, he faces a sinister ultimatum veiled in threats. The oppressiveness of the moment tightens, an echo of pain and impending judgment in each rugged breath and faint confession. Amidst crackling energy, rage and madness brew within the white-haired chaos wielder's twisted features, defying challengers with shadowed resolve. The encounter seethes with menace, every jest and threat a declaration of internal fires alight with frenzied conviction, highlighting their nefarious prowess. Violent screams punctuate the air as silver hair, ignited by wrath, lunges toward doom. Blood-splattered and ruthless, the mood verges on frenzy. Opposition deflects with an arm clad in ancient mark-laden bandages, brewing menace amongst debris-torn turbulence, desperation measured against fervent fury. Collapsed, the wounded struggler finds respite aided by cloaked figures accessing his dire wounds. Between dialogue whispered out of desperation and survival, a faint memory glimmers, a realization of need for power beyond mortal means. This poignant contrast sharpens the narrative's merciless edge. Menace looms as a shadow-clad figure bends over the battered white-haired youth, knife poised. Internal tension mounts. Each glance and sincere threat punctuates their inevitability. Calculations coalesce into resolution, the boy's desperate lunge crystallizing a final stance amidst formidable odds. Amidst vicious blows, a resigned voice begs forgiveness before unleashing a convulsive purple force. Armored adversaries fall in its wake, shattering terrestrial bonds. A witness to devastation, one man echoes stark disbelief. The challenge's magnitude indelibly burned into fearful memory. Uria's desperate culmination echoes amidst desolate rubble. A commendation envelops her defeat. A masked presence looms, offering faint admiration amid corporeal surrender. This overture concludes her futile struggle, coldly cataloging failures as lament permeates burdened destiny. The finality of fate looms over the injured man as a cloaked figure bestows false gratitude. A farewell pounds steadily beneath the cracked earth, a chilling benediction promising stars amidst disquieting solace. Revelation pulses beneath fragile breaths, underscoring the solemnity of passing. As life ebbs, the enigmatic assailant views Uria's end with detached passivity. Her lifeblood spills, fate's indifferent justice between cynical interred hands. Ritualistically, the focus shifts, hierarchies realign to serve unyielding ambitions, forceful acts masked in feigned regret. A ferocious clash erupts skyward, fiery blades illuminating aerial confrontations. Revelations ride their luminescence. A cold turn demands retreat and whispers conspiracies cloaked in combat. The sparring redeems breath and blades amidst tempestuous high-altitude dares. Amidst residue and resolve, a spirited adversary girds themselves for another spectral dance. Energy surges, propelling them through crystalline echoes, a testament to conviction wrought amid chaos. This somber overture underscores relentless pursuit and tyrannical revelation. Violent collisions reverberate through the dim interior, each jarring impact a medley of explosive vibration. Amidst this cacophony, figures are violently borne backward, testimonies to the staggering intensity piercing the errant darkness. Caught within this whirlpool of power, the battle oscillates between fragmentation and awe. Cascades of debris descend, marking disaster upon the battlefield's landscape. Ronan, mired within destruction's grasp, warns companions of the lurking might they face. Perceptions converge upon Uria's formidable shadow. A nascent recognition cuts through the dust, warning of an encroaching force. As Ronan questions Schlieffen amidst debris-laden ruins, they confront a terrifying vision coalescing in astral chaos, a nightmarish spectacle of skulls and dread. It is a crucible of existential fears, veiling the enigma of latent power within these crumbling confines. A ghastly throne forged from bones hosts Terranil, a macabre symbol of dominance. Boasting, he attributes this gruesome artifact to his foe's lineage, his smirk belying a challenge dark in intent. His presence emanates foreboding amidst the relics of conquest. In the wake of devastation, a medallion-clad figure asserts a foreboding revelation amidst smoke and shadows. Their calculating gaze belies deeper connections. Erratic energy underscores concealed agendas, shrouded threats growing thicker with implications ominous and unrelenting. A sinister interplay unfolds within the luxuriant room, laced with veiled malice. Dark-robed figures, embroiled in combative discourse, tease grim truths amidst ornate elegance, their deliberations heightening threat interwoven through stark, playful malevolence. Unified by legacy's call, Schlieffen swears on ancestral oaths. Blue energy erupts, clashing with rival fervor, a revelation born of sacrifice and unwavering intent. Between molten tension and raw conviction, a confrontation teeters on cataclysmic precipice. Terranil acknowledges a formidable aura, hailing the Grantia heir's future. Wielded power arcs across the void, brilliance intensifying as adversary and opportunity blur. This testament to martial might vibrates with crescendos of cataclysm and destiny's imprint. The chaotic confrontation yields a dust-laden finale. Amidst it, a gritty figure revels in entrenched mastery, casting appreciation amidst adversaries' technique. Introspection follows collision, the contrasting composure of calm amidst anarchy's architectural residue. Light and dark align in confrontational energy as elegant strikes erupt with precision. The spectral dialogue mocks the adversary's skill, a tense repartee weaving remnants of witnessed mastery into the looming clash. Tension augments from shattered circumstance. Beneath azure energy, confrontation sharpens. A cloaked figure's ominous demeanor marks the fulcrum of rising tension, amplified by contrasting levity and seriousness. With nuances of aggression, their intentions thread through each incising, adrenaline-laden moment. Electric assaults blaze, forging paths in debris-laden arena. A counterattack unveils Terranil's resourcefulness amidst encroaching tempest. Tensions coil around this battleground of attrition, where strategy and prowess contest, distilled energies spiral toward destined finale. Laughter weaves interchangeably with menace as an acute assault looms. Facing an unseen threat, uneased tempers resolve, interjections of disbelief precede pending reckoning. Within this shaping storm, weaponed will and reflexive courage converse against existential backdrop. Searing combat, each strike echoes calculated ferocity as powerful adversaries engage with outsized force. Unexpected potency and strategic evasions bind the rapport, a choreography of sinister skill framed within battle's tumultuous rhythm. Amidst shimmering energy, Rana's determined stride juxtaposes companions, focal distress. Blood marks resolve as identities unravel, a link ingrained within Sappho's machinations revealed, cloaked in swirling chaos and internal crescendo. Powerful declarations entwine fate and recognition, luminescent crescents asserting absolute conviction. Realization threads between narrative and identity, a burgeoning alchemy exposed. In this luminous convergence, like Sappho's, resonates significance within their unprecedented dialogue. Within celestial selectiveness, Uria's memory ascends. An unparalleled fold of chosen might enshrines their roles, each shrouded assassin sculpted by convocated narrative. Between aspirations and denouements, star-bound history casts intertwining legacies. A tone of retrospective vindication tempers dialogues, exchanges underscored by chilling self-congratulation. Despite tumultuous demise, definitive conviction warms hostile exchanges, a clash of purpose amid existentialities framed in polar defiance. Commemoration lives within newer Aclaisel's loss, acknowledgement imbued with the burden of purpose unfulfilled. Characters navigate enigma-laden inquiries, threads of doubt entwining fallen fidelities, shadowed legacy amid anticipation's tangible specter. Ramara Mountain furthers discourse woven through reverberations. Shadowed history stimulates internal resolve. Amidst natural obstructions, determination crystallizes beyond obscurity, gathering trajectories amidst fracturing zeal. Cloaked observation instills revelation, red hues magnifying speculative intrigue. Analysis transcends event-curated expectations, a veil of uncertainty threatened through unseen assertions, balancing comprehension amidst unraveling power. Specters of pursuit ebb within mysterious confrontation as Ronan emerges from shadowed intent. Inquisitive essence suffuses declaration, tense exposure bridged by glowing presences, poised narrative tangents inducing atmospheric frame towards defining revelations. Exchanges of certainty and conjecture shape Ronan's exchange, intensity unfurling amidst ethereal conflict environment. The gravity of awareness delivers fervor-laden discourse, identity articulating amidst timely conflation of wisdom attained. Ramara Mountain echoes claim an unspoken familiarity veiled in anecdotal admonishments. The cloaked provocateur's testament circulates indifference and assertion, counterbalanced by veiled smiles. A convergence looms cloaked within encompassing specters. Dynamic engagement teeters on the cusp of revelation, intertwined destinies through inquiring cadence charged with elemental force. Luminescent pathways shape journeyed resolve, unraveling truth's fortified strands amidst comprehension's enwoven pageantry. Dominion's forces orchestrate annihilation through sanctioned intents detailed against compelling backdrop. Doubt simmers beneath assigned devastation, prompting idiosyncratic reflection. Stark realization shadows deployment, exposing unforeseen contemplations amid ruinous narratives. In the shadowy ambience of mystery, Ronan, with an intense gaze, points upward. Frustration and curiosity mix as he questions his mission's hidden purpose. Suddenly, a cheerful figure with tousled hair, wrapped in a gray scarf, divulges shocking discoveries about sophisticated technology. Their mission, more complex than imagined, leaving them both in awe and incredulity. In a grand sanctuary, a man surveys a glowing crystalline pillar, suspecting a powerful relic within. His thoughts drift to a harsh questioning, pictured by a tormented soul in agony. This sanctuary masks secrets, with its beauty tainted by dark interrogation methods. A young man's efforts yield no secrets, prompting a white-haired companion to reveal conversing with the Dark Ones. Yet, as tension peaks, an absurd twist the only gain. 3 sofas. An eerie setting gives way to unexpected levity. A light-haired man reflects on his disdain for time wasted. He senses a beckoning power, its source, a looming individual with purple glowing energy. On a distant cliff, 2 figures await an anticipated confrontation. The air is thick with anticipation and power. In shadow, a tall figure insists on honesty amidst chaos, his intentions questioned. A sudden explosion creates chaos, debris flies. A sly figure proposes a new plan amid the turmoil. A tense exchange of glances foreshadows conflict yet to come. Ronan faces a formidable bishop in a sanctuary tense with crumbling stone. A seasoned warrior, the bishop launches an attack, forcing Ronan to brace for a fierce assault. Determined, Ronan and his ally prepare for an all-out offense, hoping to overcome this daunting foe. In a swirling battlefield of blue and red, two combatants engage with conviction. The young man's determination fuels his charge, met with an equally fierce counter. Sound reverberates through each clash, painting a picture of urgency and unresolved conflict. In a chaotic battleground, swordsman and magic user clash fiercely. Deflecting energy attacks, both display unparalleled agility. As spells and strikes intertwine, a multi-front battle emerges, emphasizing the high stakes of every moment. An impressive sword strike sends debris scattering, only to be blocked by an intensely focused fighter. His concentration spared him. A breathless moment hangs as the dust settles. Strength meets unwavering defense. In the crumbling sanctuary, Ronan unleashes an energized attack, narrowly missing the nimble bishop. Forced back by rapid strikes, Ronan's sustained effort captures the chaos, the struggle between strategy and raw power unfolding. Amidst shadow and green glow, a figure conjures a powerful torrent of energy, triggering a massive explosion. Debris hurtles upward, the landscape left in shambles. In the aftermath, silence lingers, a testament to unleashed devastation. A landscape in flux, characters lunge into action. An intense moment as they contemplate their strategy, reflecting on shared determination in a dire setting. Both pose readiness as energy crackles around them, hinting at an imminent clash. A character admires the potency of the blood demon technique while contemplating untapped potential. With anticipation thick in the air, another prepares to leap forward, eager to demonstrate unrestrained power. Ronan calls for brilliance as red and green energies collide violently. The bishop braces amidst the explosion, Ronan's unyielding assault culminating in a spectacular display of colors, fusing power with resilience. After a green explosion, a temple stands amidst mist and ruin. Tapping, stepping gently upon cracked ground, overcome with weary resignation. The aftermath is palpable, a testament to the clash just endured. A figure stands confidently amid destruction. Dismissive words taunt future opponents, while green eyes glow maliciously. A tease to be continued dangles, promising intrigue and conflict beyond the last clash. Intense movement cracks the ground as a battle-weary warrior stands unfazed. Overcoming injuries, the underestimated fighter garners respect, revealing strength and resilience. Such a will to survive, relentless and unwavering. A tension-filled exchange between an overconfident bishop and a desperate Ronan. A visceral scream, an explosion of power. Ronan, engulfed in light, driven by urgency for Sita, brings a relentless force to bear. In an ethereal space, a powerful aura rises, enveloping a solitary figure within a radiant magic circle. Questions arise on the depths of their abilities, as sheer force shatters previous assumptions. The chilling realization of sacrifice and intricate magic blooms in the charged atmosphere. Wings flutter as shadows of intent hint at the true threat looming large. Connections run deeper than they first appeared. Glowing eyes contemplate the cleverness of a potential ally or threat. Within chaotic conflict, the cannon shot of combat reveals layers of complacency, and only time will tell if this challenger is precisely what is needed. Overwhelmed by red energy, Ronan is pushed to his limits as the bishop looks on with cruel indifference. Ronan's desperate spell incurs a threat of self-destruction, yet burning determination brooks no deterrence. A daring eruption of energy, red and powerful, contradicts defeat. As destructive blasts rip apart the landscape, a glimpse of relentless resolve shines through, elevating Ronan stand beyond expected constraints. New alliances take shape in chaos. A determined He conjures vast energy, yet companionship by his side remains calm. Preparing with vibrant auras infused with anticipation, the dew awaits a spark in the shadowy storm. Amongst cosmic displays, a blessing starry energy pierces the fierce night. Radiant bursts sever vaporous paths, intertwined in brilliance and bluster. The grace of stars meets the force of mere mortals. Madness in orange, as the bishop wields challenges to Ronan amidst intense swirls of red-purple. Maniacal confidence echoes, warning of inevitable defeat in the absence of fortuitous intervention. Amidst swirling chaos, unexpected powers emerge. Elements converge, tension rises as surprise grips the unwary. Dark tendrils cut by focused resolve, elemental spirit dictates a powerful path forward. In charged confrontation, energies clash, red beams reckless in pursuit. A white-haired adversary falls short, conflicting expectations stained by frustration and derision. Matters intensify, binding destiny to action. In cosmic fields, powerful allies unleash the names of valor. In fragmented harmony, they wield potent magic, their source trailblazed with conviction across broken ground. Ronan charges within a storm, blue blade blazing bright. Swirling power gathers, surrounding him as magic surges and peak tension meets critical climax. A blast of luminescent reckoning envelops the scene. Energy erupts as a moon-like sphere detonates, the ground scarred and torn. Pain echoes, the remnants of fierce confrontation fading amidst darkness, wounded and grieved. A fractured future looms. Power radiates from every strike, swift and bloodied precision leaving a chaotic path. As energies escalate, climactic release explodes, yet another chapter closes in destruction. Blue energy rips through debris, striking fiercely as shards of red are sent scattering. Battling amidst swirling force, light and dark intertwine, layers of cosmic judgment unfurling higher stakes. A battle's force surges, figures crouched, weathered and determined amidst pounding energies. Reflection tempers the immediate threat, past surprises lend sharp weight to current intent. Amid feathers drifting, words of honor voiced against the relentless gale. Vibrant force transforms the landscape in a sweeping rush of color, casting shock and disbelief into those witnessing the spectacle. Wings of blinding light span the scene as realization dawns. A shocking shout names the source, emotions igniting over battle. Glory and gravity entangle fate in loss and revelation. Amidst chaotic remnants, a humor-laden figure acknowledges miraculously defying demise. Stars blessing noted on blind eyes, defiantly dismissing foresight amid bloodied conviction. Defiantly free amidst swirling energy, one's daring resolve punctuates chaos. Pursued by rapid clashes and climactic crescendo, the brilliance heralds unforeseen endings beyond the engulfing fun. Feathers fall as warfare twines perception. His skills unfaltering, the sightless opponent dodges deftly amid echoing awe, expectations shattered across the vast expanse above. Wisdom flows through sightless insight. Mana's beauty unfurls to those keen spirit discern. Within shadowed conflict, martial prowess etched upon still incomprehensible paths, daunting revelations propelling a destined struggle. Recognition collides with uncertainty amidst spoken affirmations. Mastery acknowledged, blessing, foreshadows potential, preparation and juxtaposition battle within quiet borders of eternal disputes. In shadows deepening, hopes of honorable clashes usher in unknowns. Electric energies converge, daring gestures challenge grim certainty. celestial forces ready in anticipation. As purple vortexes rage, relentless forces spiral through opposition. A crescendo explodes across ravaged ground, encapsulating combat's core, time suspended in predicted fury. Cycles of power vibrate unchecked, purple destruction reshapes the landscape. Bearing witness are spirits intact amid debris. Amidst all, survival juxtaposes generated power unfurled. Vast ruin reflects pain. A warrior's winged silhouette contemplates lingering fury. Between belief and destruction, chaos ignites specific pursuit while feathers descend upon the raging scene. White wings framed against the clashing seasons. Personal conflicts crystallize amidst duties, one foot in each fate as universal echoes redefine roles. Preparation sounds beneath mystic energies swirling anew. Swirling winds converge as purple light gleams within each floating feather. Determined, deeply etched red eyes know the cost. Clarity anchors dynamic conclusions upon windswept battlefields. Ronan, amidst combat's chaos and the absence of healing, faces immovable odds. Yet a single urging voice pulls him beyond, weariness to defy predestined ends. One command: stand up. Conversations edge between determined consensus and uncertain despair. Amidst shared harmony of ruin, battle scars merge with questioning thoughts, metal tested against closing confrontations' availability. Determined eyes assess. Wind spirals restlessly around. Ronan must read the friction in the air, with a focus bittersweet. The echoes of past failures urge renewed completion's call. The tension between two battle-worn fighters persists as one, with a bruised face and blue hair, glares mischievously while requesting a favor. Across him, his opponent, with dark hair and glowing eyes, demands acknowledgement of their past skirmishes. The dark-haired man kneels, hinting at the toll of their war-torn world, but determination flickers in his eyes despite the despairing backdrop. The battlefield is strewn with debris as Ronan, bloodied and weary, faces an unexpected challenge. His adversary, cloaked in shadows, questions Ronan's honor as a knight. Ronan, resentful yet defiant, retorts, revealing a thirst for vindication amid doubt. Amidst swirls of ominous light, the confrontation tingles with history and unresolved tensions. Under the crimson sky, resolve hardens. A figure doubts prevailing circumstances, yet vows merciless vengeance upon his enemies. As they cling to determination, allies strategize amidst swirling chaos, preparing for the looming battle. The stage is set for a confrontation where every move counts. An angelic figure, embodying ethereal majesty, entrusts everything to another. A fleeting but momentous charge handed over, kindling tension. The recipient, overwhelmed by responsibility, stands in the glow of swirling energies. A promise hangs in the air, demanding unwavering trust and fearless resolve. In a debris-laden arena, the clash of wills is palpable. The blue-haired swordsman glows with power while his opponent, wounded and desperate, hurls accusations. A darkened chuckle follows, a haunting echo of anger and despair. A hidden character breaks from the shadows, unleashing purple fury to share in the glory. A dual attack commences, as mystical swords pulse with blue energy. Ambitious warriors unite, blurring lines between allies and the magnitude of magic they wield. With blood-streaked resolve, the dark-haired swordsman unleashes the maelstrom blade. Energy arcs wildly, splitting the earth beneath them, as the spell erupts in breathtaking, chaotic brilliance. Power unleashed exemplifies the intense craftsmanship of a warrior's soul. Magic cascades across the battlefield in a vivid spectacle of blue and purple. Amidst this whirl, a small figure emerges from the eye of the storm, empowered and cloaked within a tempest of energy. Chaos surrounds him. His presence means pivotal change. As violence rages on, both fighters remain steadfast in their assault. Determination fuels each breath, while desperation clings firmly to survival instincts. The clash is brutal, honor and swords locked in a deadly dance, each seeking clarity amid nebulous motives. A lone warrior contemplates paths ahead. Strength isn't solitary. With this revelation, he wields destiny's flame to clear paths for comrades. The sword, though burdened, becomes an emblem of boundless camaraderie. Determination and power converge as a single beam carves through darkness. The warrior grips his enlightenment, feeling aura's enlightenment ripple within, even as shadows shatter beneath him. He stands resolute, defying cosmic forces that dare confront him. Strained breaths give way to focus and resolve, urging the blade sharper. In a moment's urgency, latent strength flickers alive, embodied by a warrior's unyielding will. Precision forms destiny's spearhead in defiance of doubt. Energy surges violently. A blast of wind charges with unparalleled vigor, resolute to carve fate's silhouette upon the rocky coast of conflict. As tension climbs, forces crystallize, as if echoing an eternal struggle. Against sweeping blue torrents, a fighter stands firm, recognizing power's true form as if nature unfurls before him. Despite wounds, bitterness turns to awe, faced with stark purity in battle, the natural force unveiled. What power defies reason? Engulfed in blue and purple force, doubts press in on agonizing throes. Disbelief mingles with artistry of youth's wrath realized, forcing the elder to question faith in his senses. Crucial opportunity within grasp, the warrior issues a desperate proclamation. Succumbing to gravity's embrace, he entrusts the final execution to others. In that moment hangs both valor and sacrifice, a triumphant yet mournful echo. Amidst swirling chaos, Ronan lies battered, a piercing battle cry setting the stage. His attacker, eyes aflame with determination, embodies unyielding force. Strategy simmers beneath projectile damage, turning turbulent storms into calculated backdrop. Amidst energy conflictions, vigilance etches resolve. An impending fury barrels toward him like an ancient beast, bearing down with tangible trepidation. Instincts attuned, he stands grounded against onrushing momentum. Amidst expressive darkness, chains of force struggle, as prevailing entity crushes hopes with deceptive air. Desperation and blood coalesce, ensnaring a final reckoning. For survivors, this ending signals devastation encompassing stark truth. Quiet confusion gives way to stark realization. Astral energies mingle with disbelief at loss, cosmically cradling unending queries. Yet essence fades from the field, caught between celestial whispers and reality's breaking point. Amid deep scars and blood-soaked earth, Ronan readies final resolve. With unexpected aid, this moment foreshadows redemption's touch, a flash of power, slicing open a chance woven with destiny. A decisive strike lands with resonating finality. As bodies intertwine with destiny, triumph weaves with tragedy. Closing breath celebrates ultimate honor, marking journey's cycle towards inevitable dawn. In a hall heavy with the remnants of battle, assurance replaces doubt. The winding path ends here for some, yet whispers of future light linger like a gentle rebuke to despair. Among ruins, a victor stands troubled yet resolute. In every sigh is respect for fallen adversaries. Each breath echoes close calls and saved futures. Nearby figures signal shared understanding of journey and struggle. Struggling amidst carnage, the protagonist recalls solemn promises, a whisper reaching through chaotic voids. Specks of strength emerge, imperative remains compelling, to honor bonds, to narrate comradeship's spirit. Facing the wreckage, a weary pact is offered. Shadows await answers, swelling with unsung urgency and mysteries unspoken. In distant radiance, subtle swordlight binds faint possibilities. In darkened solitude, shattering forces begin claiming patience and strength gone awry. Anguish unfurls raw, price paid summoned in jagged fragments, clinging to transients demanding eternal lament. Desperation and shattered ground mirror turmoil within the hero's soul. Urgency intertwines with despair, primordial echoes challenge resolve, now a turning point to rescue hard-won camaraderie. Immersed in disbelief, shadows loom large over figures fallen to harm, confusion reigns. New steps print stories across battle-scarred remnants, wooing skepticism with vibrant revelation. Frozen tension binds two entwined in doubt, in solemn anticipation of consequence. Unspoken obligations override past's weight, as intention marches unstopped into dawning complication. As clouds of hesitation evaporate, urgency insists upon conviction. Engulfed by relics alive with light, ancestral debts are honored in defiance's name. The promise embedded remains unchanged. Activation commands summoned intensity abroad, engaging mechanisms to life beyond horizon's fracture. Intricate architecture reveals heart's alignment, tender destiny reserved for steadfastness embodied. The astral framework deepens, light scaffolding imminent promise safeguarding against tumultuous tides. Silent invocations stir surfaces, luminaries within invoke smooth continuity lending hope brevity. Pulsating radiance ascends realms, forming vibrant monuments among the sky. Forceful illumination reveals the convergence of old and new in existence's continuation built on formidable resilience. Wounds bathed in warmth, Ronan reawakens to startling vigor, tinged with soft relief. Companions echo shared survival, fostering unity through resilience. Recovery cloaks an aura of newfound possibilities. Curiosity fills observance, as truth shimmers undiscovered yet potent. Energetic corridors lay paths to consolidation and defense. Forward-thinking liens on unsketched battles remain steadfast. Conviction weaves threads of destiny, knitting dual commitments that bridge the unknown. Bonds foster within magic's brilliance, safeguarding sanctuary and eternity's echoes, as Ronan braces against adversity. In swirling hues, assurance births defiance, emboldened dedication the guiding light of a brighter future. Across glowing staves, alliances pledged kindle courage for trials yet perceived. Fellow warriors hearken to resonating energy, swayed by words woven with gravity's authority. The trail of dust lifts suspenseful dust upon red and purple harmony, awaiting dreams fulfilled. Embroiled in mystery, spectators stroll alight across vastness tinged with ethereal ambience, sensing whispers clinging to shadows that shape their uncharted way. Barrier blooms unbidden across peaks, veiling memories cracked open by ancient spell. Insights dissolve as Ronan contemplates preservation and recovery, enshrined beyond recall. Terrors and tales intertwine as characters reminisce over shared adversity. Recollections blend strength and resolve into chords, weaving under ominous sky. Upon this stage, conquest and fellowship unite. Beyond shadows, reflections surface to challenge doubts. Urgency binds echoes of fate across devil-may-care veils. Ronan listens close, unsure yet unyielding. To meet dread full-faced, this odyssey remains. Facing desolate earth, Schlieffen's words resonate connection. Resolve kindles in strengthened silence. The future's echoes are left in a need of shadows, dispersing firm, aligned resolve. Ronan hesitates amidst overlooking thresholds. Presence binds tensions, compounding suspense. Wary yet curious, the veil trembles at promises unsaid as reality teeters toward distinct crossroads. To those unyielding, change remains unsung yet essential. Swirling currents dissolve knives juxtaposed against serenity. Memories imprintatic dance wary yet vibrantly shining toward unwitnessed skies. When songs still carry dispute over distances crossed, sorcery fragments thoughts anew. Navigating chaos and destiny, divine smile dim in uncharted appraisal yet remains, standing yet assured. Of quiet optimism, conversations enliven shared resolves. Minutes spark vividly rest upon discovered bonds. Preparations unfold reaffirming quests uncounted. Stories still unrevealed, friendships shining bright. Forged in shadowed light, blades converse alive with shining echoes. Amidst sacred woods, friendly competition unfurls beneath moon engagement, thriving upon echoed events that shape. In conversations cast, thoughts flicker to nature's whispers. From rest, responsibility renewed returns once more with thoughtful awakening, a continuum where echoes hide evolutionary paths. In the stillness of a forest under a starry night, a young man with tousled dark hair reflects on his transient clarity. This moment of introspection sharpens his resolve as he ponders beating Hal, his injuries reminding him of past battles. Can fleeting determination forge an unwavering will? A boy, nervous and unaware of his words' weight, stands on the threshold of destiny. The cosmic energy swirls, a stark backdrop to the fear of transformation. In this ominous setting, a cloaked figure releases power reminiscent of a legendary force that decimated everything in its path. Under a moonlit forest, an enigmatic figure channels vibrant blue energy, proclaiming a destiny tied to raw calamity. Below, a young character, familiar with Schlieffen's legend, watches warily. As the scene shifts, a younger figure, confident and playful, grips a card, ready for whatever lies ahead. In a sunlit clearing, two figures share laughter, evocative of a homecoming despite shifting challenges. As they bask in this nostalgic joy, a shadowed castle looms in the distance. The moment of lightness is underscored by the implied significance of that distant destination. The opulence of a lavish room contrasts the dark-haired man's earnest declaration of breaking a curse. Amidst visible humor, Ronan warmly greets allies, one clumsy with glittering gems, a moment of levity preceding the serious challenges they face. Nestled in a grand setting, a boy draped in anxiety ponders his path forward, surrounded by magic. A confident ally ascertains readiness, contemplation deepening. They stand at the brink of a curse-breaker's journey, the atmosphere charged with both trepidation and determination. Apprehension clouds the air in a mystical chamber, where a dark void branded with fear testifies to internal chaos. Ronan reflects on the extracted curse, a dark truth come to light, as his serious companion acknowledges shared preparation for ominous consequences. Standing at the precipice of shadow, a figure wrestles with fear, faced with a churning sky of chaos. As urgency surges through their surroundings, Ronan deliberates on inescapable truths, the initiation of a dark journey entering uncertain depths. In the heart of opulence, determination wavers with uncertainty. Debates over dedication take shape as Ronan weighs his future against the curse's impact. Reassured of his exceptional capability, he contemplates strength gained through past life learnings, assessing risks and rewarding resolve. A narrative bridge opens to an ominous sight, an army of giants, wings spreading terror across skies. As Ronan prepares, internal tensions collide with legends written in eight-winged forms, heralds of doom that refocus the stakes at hand. Within a mystical chamber, Ronan faces an emotional crossroad, torn between determination and emotional farewells. An ethereal figure directing him adds weight to the decision, as time's swift passage holds no mercy, inviting reflection amid dread. A cozy dinner table contrasts somber farewells, voiced amidst shared laughter. Past conflicts momentarily forgotten, friends savor simple pleasures beneath a glowing moon. Nostalgia tinges the air as they celebrate in camaraderie before facing uncertain futures. In an opulent dining room, Ronan shares unexpected news amidst startled onlookers. Surprised by the potential absence, his friends rally, eager to join him despite refusal. Tension simmers under friendly warmth, bonds tested under the weight of hidden challenges. Amongst golden decor, Ronan expresses uncertainty about breaking his curse. Conversations veer towards enjoying life amid danger as the gravity of his endeavor shifts, leaving an air of humor-filled reflection juxtaposed against apprehensive uncertainty. In a room filled with ornate decorations, Ronan emphasizes the need for balance amidst a humorous exchange on combat skills. As colleagues bolster each other's resolve, there's a blend of determination and between confidence and a bit of light-heartedness. Conversations veer towards both light-heartedness and depth in a golden hall. Teasing exchanges give way to serious encouragement, underlying tensions tempered by camaraderie. The dynamics between group members play out against luxurious surroundings. A young woman acknowledges and questions others' training insights, sparking focused encouragement from Ronan. Amidst fading laughter, Ronan's stern commands inspire task preparations. In the embrace of commitment, hope intertwines with determination. Warmth fills the refined dining room as conversations ignite nostalgia. Photographic moments capture enthusiasm, bridging shared joys and unspoken emotions. Bid's farewell linger momentarily, reflecting sentiments warmed by golden decor. Shifting tones blend lively farewells with latent concern. Cheerful parting transforms into contemplation, while affectionate moments spark hope through nostalgia. The undercurrent of memory lends a deeper significance to fresh beginnings. Amidst striking determination, the man proudly acknowledges his sister's strength. As Maya prepares to act, ethereal power encircles her, signaling dynamic commitment. Affirmation of resilience reinforces the backdrop of impending destiny. As crimson energy swirls, Ronan clutches the orb, drenched in ritualistic power. Voices resonate, foreshadowing future reunions amidst cosmic pulses. With a determined gaze, Ronan strides into the uncertainty, red energy enveloping his resolve. Encased in a vortex of potent energy, a dark-haired figure acknowledges the unexpected perseverance needed to honor a promise. As arcane energies cascade, the fateful declaration echoing forward promises tumultuous challenges. Amidst early daylight, a startled young man springs awake, drawn to a familiar presence. Glancing downward, a puppy nudges him, its bright blue eyes sparking profound recognition. Could destiny be rekindling connections anew? Beneath sunlit charm, the playful reunion of old companions reignites memories. Amid the nostalgic town, Ronan ponders the whimsical turn of events, the presence of bygone ties lending enchantment to newfound realizations. Under sunny skies, a young boy, seated with his wolf-like companion, piques nostalgia. Although unwelcome in past remembrances, the complexities of time bend into warm exchanges. Could returning connections hold harmonious promises? A worn cloak shields a troubled soul, burdened by life's inequities. Leaning into solitude, the man confronts poignant realizations. Intimate past burdens writ large in a creature's solitude is bathed in resolution. Transcending loss, a young man's resolve impacts with the wolfish Sita once more. As he suggests a companionship walk, imagery stirs fond recollections, unveiling a glimmer of hope in routine gestures. Surrounded by vibrant markets, Ronan pauses, reflecting on transient peace. Amidst the familiar bustle, insights deepen with disquiet. As lives intertwine, connections with past misdeeds remain an underlying tension. In shadows, a taciturn atmosphere breeds past dread. As Ronan weighs confrontation's necessity, spectral energy intertwines with doubt. Can one trace echoes or footsteps, unraveling darkness with newfound light? In a blink, Sita's sense ignites, revealing untold paths. As Ronan stands in disbelief, Sita races onward toward unexplored revelations. Could newfound alignment lead to unlikely opportunities? Despite challenges, Sita's zest for exploration stirs amusement mirrored in Ronan's genial exasperation. Comedic interludes unite fears, yet insatiable curiosity beckons. Does this quirk hold destiny's secret? An unsettling revelation punctuates nostalgic joy. Memories recalled in stark contrast create a traumatic narrative shift, laughter gut-wrenchingly transformed into tragedy. Unveiled memories question and clarify essential ties. Indelible actions scented in regret. A deadly debut steps into shadows that resonate beyond Sita's end. Dark figures persist in youthful memory, intertwining closely with accessible motives. Chaos erupts amidst pounding hooves, terror seizing the moment. Amid Ronan's scorn for careless dangers, desperate voices express raw fear. Will they harness trauma's path toward recovery? In the vortex of crisis, Camilla's fear and recognition blend. Past tensions resurface, provoked by complex dynamics reshaping action. History's tragic core echoes through darkened laughter. Adventure transcends moments of fragile heroism beneath dust and hooves. Amidst vibrant tension, Ronan's intervention shields another from fate's relentless triggers. Lingering resonance infuses fleeting victory with gratitude. A sounds of powerful reverberation envelops ensuing energy display. Surboating behind an unseen combatant, spinning turns punctuate an ensuing melee crescendo. In solitude, thoughts linger. Lashings of gratitude temper untamed beasts. Ronan's reproach mingles with Camilla's heartfelt thanks as bruised selves extend toward renewed connections. Our tentative joys finding serendipity within growing bonds. Camilla remains defiant against overt confrontations, emotions buoying an escalating dispute. Even exposed, an unwavering steely resolve channels compelling emotions. Vulnerabilities resurface amidst public outcry. In shadows transforming trust and power transforming charge, lineage and reputation conspire. Ronan confronts reflections connecting past strength with fresh resolve. Could whispered destiny spell transformative rebirth? Holding cherished ties, beneath brooding night shiver shared looks. Patterns foretell meeting amidst whispered shadows where past entanglements knit ongoing narratives. New encounters foster anticipation. Binding knits into insights transcending time's march. As intelligent musings knit Ronan's retrospective mood with acceptance, future bends held space, connections knit into knowledge's woven heart. In vivid spirals, findings descend eternal, holding imminent chance. Within an aura-verged convergence, choice nudges understanding's door ajar. Shapes encircle destinies, hidden grand vistas pry open their understanding. Entrapped, Ronan cannot shift. Immaterial energy seizes him in liminality. As he questions where identity lends weight among ethereal holds, a mantle's shift reveals unseen potentials. Amid madness, a new chapter unfolds as written destiny unfolds awareness. Tempests forge through trauma with worlds forge forgotten futures. Who will write truth of these new beginnings? Stranded essence fogged in confusion. Shouldering mystery-bound eldritch flow, automaton's perception shifts asking what must emerge. How would fractured consequences align diverging paths? On polished floors, concern overflows through tired whispers. The elven savior writes her world's peace, an endeavor intertwined with earnest toil. Can ephemeral relief guide through time's unending? As stars bless in swirling orbs, salvation promised in guiding virtue. Atop authority's throne, poised declarations point to hope in cosmic lights. Challenging fates fold into saving contemplation. Vibrant energies converge over marketplace bustle, weaving mercantile veins with guiding spirit influence. Enrichment fills proud reflection, echoing astral promise, coven resolve forming ambitiously. Vajra revelation unravels veiled dread. Within interior consternation mounts, leaping hearts sensing artifact thrills and danger. Bewilderment in union reflects discovery's aching pursuit. A sparkling book hovers in the air, captivating a dark-haired young man. His eyes betray his worry. Contemplating its transformation into an abomination, he questions the timeline. Concern fills his voice as his sweat glistens. The sunlit setting juxtaposes the tension rising within him. Joy fills the air as a woman with reddish-brown hair tests her new prosthetic leg. Her laughter is infectious. A nearby bearded craftsman beams, pride in his craftsmanship evident. But a cloaked figure watches in silence, hinting at hidden mysteries beneath this cheerful moment. In a spirited exchange, a muscular man greets a masked great savior. This cloaked figure is known for weaponry that has shaped destiny. Yet the savior downplays his influence modestly. Mystery cloaks their past, keeping secrets of craftsmanship and power buried. Laughter mingles with tension as a black dragon making prosthetics is joked about. A sinister shadow looms, a red eye observing. Shock hits the protagonist, wide-eyed and disbelieving. Though words convey humor, an undercurrent of danger looms large. Alblu contemplates the unlikely savior before him. Reverence fills the air as figures in black and white hoods address a man they call Lord. The crowd buzzes, a vibrant swarm of anticipation and hope. Today, history feels alive. A cloaked figure downplays heroics amidst town gratitude. As fearful whispers surface about monsters returning, hope flickers. Amidst tension, rebuilding becomes their focus. They find strength in the shadows, leaning on the promise of protection. The great savior reports a monster's defeat, presenting a leader's massive head as proof. Shock resonates as onlookers react with terror. Yet, beneath this grim display, a promise lingers, a safer world forged in courage. Mystery deepens as a piercing yellow eye gazes coolly. The savior acknowledges efforts. Indeed, well done. Energy explodes in hues of blue and brilliance, bravery immortalized. A protagonist's face reflects new understanding, glowing with revelation. Alblu confronts distorted memories. A young girl confirms, mirroring his experience, a curse broken. Realization dawns as shadows reach through memory, suspending time. Fathers unmasked, connections exposed, as figure looms ominously on cracked earth. Ronan's grip tightens, remembering fragmented pasts. Encouraged to remain calm, he focuses amidst shadowy turmoil. Praise for untainted skill follows closely, acknowledgement from mentors observed under shifting skies. Shadows and light, praise and burden. Must be exhausted, a gentle interruption, but dread erupts. Flame-engulfed maw bursts into view, projecting blinding energy. Beasts roar dim scenes to darkness, fiery confrontation echoes. The sight remains etched, menacing and unresolved. In a dance of shadows, the cloaked figure conjures magic with a FWOOSH. Alarm spreads, flames twist and turn. Mana density overwhelms, conjuring ancient memories and fears. Possibilities unfold, wrapped in mystical forces. Flames swirl chaotically, powerful and oppressive. Within the inferno stands a steadfast warrior, sword brandished as defenses roar in contest. From high above lies devastation beneath the sky's heavy shroud. Warnings echo, be careful. Warnings ring clear, danger descending. Determination sets upon a young, brave defender amid chaos. Cries of fear echo, mixed with commitments to salvation's path. Uncertainty masks their future, dread hushes whispers of hope. As twilight bathes the town, the Savior's resolve reveals, unwavering against challenges. Cosmic energy surges with a SHWAAA, casting a blessing of the stars upon trials anew, strength unyielding, promises fulfilled, destiny calls. In an ethereal cosmic void, starry bursts illuminate with force. The cloaked wielder channels violet energies into the darkness, a storm unleashed with vows. Clenched, a radiant fist heralds exertion and destiny's beckoning call. Amidst battle, hope crosses faces, gratitude spoken in hushed tones. A savior's grace cuts through dragon spells effortlessly. Yet caution advises restraint. Shadows promise the battle isn't over while a dragon's threat looms unchecked. A dragon stands combustible, eyes aflame, power unchecked. Confidence fills the air, the threat known as Navarro's clan looms. Surprise blends with fear, tension mounts. The sheltered realize their peril, knowledge sharpens focus on survival. The dragon leader, Navarros, emerges. Known for incinerating enemies, the silhouette fills a dark landscape with menace. Facing the cloaked protagonist, echoes of past dominance resurface. A duel of gallant proportions once more called forth. A massive dragon, fierce and accusatory, confronts a mysterious cloaked adversary. Power radiates between them, a clash in intent unfolds. Conflicting desires echo over swirling cosmic energies as the dragon declares their plan futile. The cloaked figure stands before slain dragon remains. Tension thickens as accusations unfold. Anger mingles with grief, shadows signal retribution. Yet, amidst devastation, compassion opposes blame, life's wreckage wonders what justice truly means. Amid destruction, a dragon's cunning promise of peace morphs into fiery betrayal. Roaring, it exposes its true goal: reduce foes to playthings for amusement. Deadly flames invade the ruined remains as desperation grows immense. Vitriol fills the air as a ferocious attack brews. Unleashed energy challenges the dragon leader, a clashing rebuttal shooting forth. Amidst ceaseless chaos, a cloaked witness notes fairness in comparison. Warring claims fight for supremacy. In wrath and energy, a dragon spews destructive orbs. Flames swell, defying comprehension. A cloaked figure stands unbowed, armed for chaos's tyranny. Witnesses warn flames possess unmoored strength, their nature one of ruinous doom. With fiery breath unleashed, a dragon's fury mounts. Yet defying caution, a robed figure lifts their glowing sword. Amidst raging power, defiance stands determined, an ever-changing blade readied for battle's harrowing test. Energy floods the scene, crackling and bright. Unseen forces swirl, enchanting the air with vows. Unshaken, a figure with a raised hand navigates cosmic tides. Wrathful bursts and cloaked forms maintain potent magical charge. In darkness, swift arcs of energy slit, with striking slashes cut through the void. A figure braced amidst enchanted power feels its bite. Purples surge, energy overwhelms, oscillating between triumph and chaos. A purple beam fractures a dragon's disbelief, transcending limits. Mortal strikes bodily, a deflated beast's questioning cries ring desperate amidst assaults. Transcendence claims its due, as power unbridled batters arcane scales. Sword drawn and crackling with power, the cloaked figure strikes fiercely, dart, against a dragon's scales. Energy bursts, overwhelming force leaving fiery wide eyes in pain, cries muted as combat rages on. Heroics flash, slash resounding as blade meets monster. Witnesses gasp, comprehension lost under rapid skill. A world apart, mastery judged unparalleled. Awestruck praise leaves echoes, narrative woven within shimmering combat's unrivaled artistry. Recognition sparks amidst roars, a legacy of prowess unfolding. Crushing force, stomp, as blood forms consecration. While observers reflect on sword's homage with hushed tension, secrets enfold familiar techniques witnessed anew. Across a training ground, reflection honors mastery taught in the jungle's depths. Serious exchanges carry weight of lessons absorbed in defeat's shadow. Humility tempers pride. Past's challenge reshapes the future's promise of strength. Intrigue piques curiosity about masterful techniques. A gesture of playful assurance conceals intrigue, determination hardens as admiration unfolds. Glimpses of master's skill provide glance, all introduced boldly, true sword mastery embodies vision. Cries defiance, a monster unfazed in chaos. Potential thrives amid uncertainty, shadows pervade as young pupils undaunted. Rallying by Miss Navarrose's resolve encourages, darkened skies radiate tension beneath skill's complex dance of steel. Purple's pulse with energy as battle rages, skill inspires wonder. A crowd erupts, reveling in triumph felt under bright skies. Victory heralded, untold battles leave marks in hearts, joystring found as savior's success. Market chatter buzzes with discovery. Beneath camaraderie's veneer lurk tension over Navardos's fury. Curiosity dulls not consequences. Beneath relief irritation festers danger nearby. Presence hinted in lurking maneuvers through crowds' dense sincerity. Fiery threats loom, voices clarify catastrophe's scope. Disasters anticipated, distinction drawn between victim and ruler. My lord decisively concludes discussion with masked solemnity, silence speaking of burdens beyond words. Yet resolution lingers uncertain. Apologies mix with expectations of more to come. Rest sought, but ominous whispers rise, imminent encounter with Orsay foreshadowed. Troubling possibilities interwoven through casual reluctance. Complexities stir beneath town's calm exterior, unseen. Amidst battle's fiery contest, legends of Orsay unveil. Eyes widen, realizations of epic destinies resurface within historical significance. Glances exchanged as onlookers gaze upon past's formidable shadows returned, in awe and anticipation. Consciousness returns to the void. Surprise and confusion mix relentlessly. Ethereal sensations recalibrate reality, green-tinted sights questioning knowledge previously understood. A glowing cube transforms perspectives. Mystery unfolds with illuminating light, promise of revelation. Poignant farewells resonate, prosperity reflects day's labor. Gratitude entwines with farewells. The rebuilt town's promise echoes hope anew. Departure nears, longing entwines with inevitability. Dissonant echoes underscore traditions and paths about to diverge. Preparation grounds resolution. Past vulnerabilities strengthen present capability. Leaders emerge through trials transformed. Unity accompanies farewells. Prayer signals hopes for safeguarding, woven with prosperity and resumed journeys. Bonds find solace in shared moments. Righteous paths illuminate history's progression. Quiet observation tinges comprehension as external scenes unfurl timeless narratives. Mystical skies cradle sweeping revelations, melding cosmologies with gathered crowds under cosmic watch. Understanding beckons incomplete understanding further. Visualizing lifetime's complexity, floating in a void of cosmic cubes. Sudden shifts to scorching deserts, echoes of hard-fought legacies contrasting past endeavors. Amongst relics, stories both rich and revealing speak of lives once vibrant. Hope weaves through words of comfort. Stars offer promises ancient yet firm. As architecture stands resolute in the sky's embrace, community finds reassurance. Dawn beckons futures unspoken. Paths merge into one as journeys diverge. Glimpses of healing in purple hue, a forest scene. Resolve takes aim. Amongst hammers and shadows, landscapes stretch horizons before robed wanderers committed to gratitude's humble pursuits of salvation ventured cautiously, inevitably. Hooded Savior's command reverberates. Healers turn toward home. Reverence and gratitude amalgamate from behind cosmic medallions reflectively. Hope forms the singular request amidst wide landscapes echoing plea, devout journeys enveloping cosmic mysteries embodied. Starry cliffs witness deep contemplation, names to signify destined purpose discussed keenly. By stone sentinels, voices and muses argue identity. A tale weaved through names begs recognition in cosmic solidarity, alive truly. Under stars' awning, a new order receives life, nebula clasier christened. Proclamations of divine light reverence broaden horizons of belonging. As cosmic connections unify purpose, reflects in ceremony among devoted bearing faith's seed. A millennium. Flames devour towering ancient stones. Chaos chews into the heart of structures designed to stand eternally. As screams fill crimson skies, clashes within fortress walls echo, destructiveness bound inside mythical resonance. Amidst fiery devastation, a hooded savior stands silent, accepting the bitter fate of yet another fallen kingdom. A brown-haired man, cloaked in white like the savior, frowns deeply, his frustration steeped in all too familiar destruction. This is not the first kingdom they've witnessed crumble, nor likely the last. A somber assembly of onlookers in dark attire accentuates their shared grief and loss. At a rocky precipice overlooking chaos, a dialogue of uncertainty breeds fear and resolve. Gray-haired and contemplative, he questions long-standing mysteries, while the dark blue-haired youth nods, seeking answers. Action beckons amidst hesitation, as others ponder entering a burning palace teeming with danger, illustrating the stark divergence between caution and courage. Compassionate words echo through a battlefield tarnished by flames and darkness, as one pleads for retreat to sanctuary. But a white-robed figure sees beyond the chaos to those clinging to life, urging acknowledgement of the enduring human spirit. Their longing for salvation grows amidst cries of desperation and sighs of endless bloodshed. Explosive emotions clash against a fiery backdrop as a muscular skeptic decries humanity's doom-bound path. Opposite, a calm ethereal presence exposes the hypocrisy of salvation attempts, decisions weighed, choices demanded, amidst the inferno's roar. Yet, hopelessness shadows urgency, urging pivotal decisions. Left suspended in darkness, a tattered man cries for a more deserving salvation, while the Savior, cloaked and serene, considers his words. A chilling void shifts to a burning vista, where resolute parting words linger, redefining alliances and futures in solemn, binding tones. High on the crimson cliffside, debate rages. A gray-haired man questions abandonment of disciples, probing the flawed measure of worth. An obscure figure challenges salvation itself, masked in grandeur yet empty of true virtue. Resolved under a reddened sky, a lonely path beckons, a follower's pursuit of destiny steeled by stars' blessing. But fate twists cruelly as betrayal strikes, plunging serene strides into shocked silence, eyes wide with sudden betrayal. Blood confirms the jagged end of naive ambition. In thrall of chaos, anger erupts. A spiky-haired man asserts his warnings, unmet by understanding. The cloaked figure serenely interjects, recognizing conviction yet partially constrained, tense interactions stirred by past failures and present resolutions. A tense standoff unfolds as a cloaked figure demands power with intent. The Savior, armed with a sacred blade destined to consume, questions the challenger's weapon, all while emanating a transcendent potential. Dark intentions clash with divine design. Amid swirling energies, blood-stained words of past transgressions echo regret, the realization of divergent paths haunting one cloaked in humility and shame. A cascade of vibrant energy and a violent descent punctuate the scene's dramatic tension. The confrontation reaches fever pitch, darkness and light clash, swords embedded in arcs of energy. Battle-hardened eyes meet a blistering aura, acknowledgments emerge, recognizing the resilience of their symbolic savior amid the tempest of battle. As explosive conflict whirls, red-eyed fury demands accountability for a savior's injury. The air hums with turmoil. The ethereal interjects, firm in their belief that change never embraced violence. Betrayal's echo vibrates through the void. The sky churns with cosmic powers as eyes widen in shock at the spectacle of the savior's blessing. Questions, despair, and awe coexist, surrounded by a dizzying dance of stars and the fearful anticipation of events to come. A shadowed form declares the pulsing power's revelation, lamenting its waste on the undeserving. As celestial battles rage, bitterness flows as the accused radiates energy, a destined confrontation swirling around humbling revelations. Purple energy flows like liquid inertia. This last lesson rings ominously amid an ethereal battlefield. Finality weighs heavily. Voices course through galactic swirls as the cosmos braces against what's yet unleashed. A fragile tranquility shattered. White butterflies flee above pink petals. A clear beam cuts void's rot. A dark figure draws upon depths unknown, bringing forth a luminous force alongside battle's symphony. Echoes of energy surround, silver hair raised in defiance, while a blue presence disbelieves. Desperation flares in growing intensity, challenging reality amid the swirls embraced by a realm unknown, yet touched by cosmic truth. A shocking cry, "Father," explodes in swirling energies, compelling truths long buried. Swords spark purple, grappling powers' unseen roots. Agony radiates, crossing generational souls in dramatic collision. Lightning slices air as combatants clash, battle weaving in rapid arcs, swelling in frenetic motion. This kaleidoscope of energy reflects a convergence as both challengers, aggressive, defensive, trade explosive, thunderous blows. Fierce strikes arc through darkness. A glimmering blade yanked forth unleashes a dazzling sequenced ballet of combat. Quick steps follow fluid motions as scenes unveil a mad symphony, each clash echoing relentless resolve. The cosmic conflict erupts with sweeping energy. Cuts traverse the landscape, punctuated by crackling anticipation. In dramatic poise, power charges forth, unfurling truths unseen before, now disrupting a starry dance imbued with precision. A titan's leaden force bears down, between cracks of land and history's echoing pulse. Light flashes, a front row seat to Havoc's theater witnesses striking shadows collapse, swallowed by the epicenter of gathered energies. The cosmic panorama unfolds. A kaleidoscopic swirl heralds the incredible clash of might and magic. A dark figure, eclipsed by the might of such potency, is jarred adrift amidst towering surges of command. Chaos converges. Ethereal forces manifest as time bends before might. A sword arcs universes as emotions interlink destinies. Viewers see a tapestry knit by warriors' ambitions, observing from realms clouded by cosmic brightness. An intense panorama of profound mastery stages across the universe's seam. Explosions offer mesmerizing cataclysms as celestial techniques weave dynamic interpretations of battle joined. A sight-bending reason beneath purple and radiant lights. Amidst celestial grandeur, tension rises as vast swathes of swordplay echo their reality-breaking crescendos. Artful displays spark constellations as momentum builds, these revelations binding Stardust's souls for eternity. An eye-widening clash unfolds as the magnitude of swordplay consumes reality entirely. Only white butterflies awaken briefly as nearly forgotten. Interwoven dancers float beyond perception, pierced by awakened elements' fire. Unleashed strength collides amidst oblivion. A silent warrior rests upon trapped energy's threshold, darkness swallowed by raw majesty. Pendulums of death recede. The tale told in cloak-stitched moments acknowledges their resonance. Trembling resolve binds a scar-laden pact of belief. The shadows crawl slowly away. through forest paths that promise cherry packs to bring forth the light. A hopeful ambition affirms alongside warm, fragile compassion. Starry crystals crumble in chaos, a blue-haired soul grimly impaled while whispers carry unseen agendas manipulating life's fortunes. Inner truths twist like tendrils in twilight, mothered within conscience and desperation, blends destiny's design. With blood upon lips and doubts unsettled, a blue-haired believer seizes legacy's foreboding weapon. Through ruthless intention, a battle reignites, a dance not of finality but burdened with hope yet unspoken. Torrential kinetic bursts reveal a golem monster restrained by intricate energy webs. A dark spirit orchestrating mastery from afar. Forces forge phenomenal displays, swallowing the cacophony's chaos as resistance triumphs over destruction. Debris unfurls in shadow. Shimmering blue and purple descend in ordained choreography, as the silver-haired ascendant wields the fires of destiny. Their concentrated expression, presiding over the battlefield's creation and annihilation in dual dance. With blade arcing against vibrant forces, a blue power deflects green slashes as tension spikes, truth held steadfast against an implosion of appeal and overseen by reluctance turned defiant certainty. A battlefield drenched in electric clash, a muscular resolve emphasized by forceful steps extricates tender promises amidst warfare's heady reckoning, imploring connections torn by callousness over history's cyclical temporalities. Burning fortresses frame the crackling tale. A white-haired warbringer contemplates as the abstract throws up apparitions asking participants' participation, following cosmic devices, detailing nebula's true origins. In the void's whisper, Ronan stands at crossroads. Cosmic whisper demanding resolution echoes emergent parallels. Amnesties supplicate the emergent path as Ronan steals for formidable quandaries and yet untold tales. A dimly veiled arena roots contemplations. A pliable yet fundamental inquisition reaches across space, pondering our Savior's lineage. Blood's ties seemingly untangle its hold over matter's binding lineage. Within shadowy ethers lies a hierarchical quagmire. Upon facing the truth regarding the swordsman's motives, Ronan's doubts are toyed with, the nature of humanity reflected in insatiable desires continuously spiraling. A philosophy of inherent strength underscores power's narrative, a tale of justice through domination, the primal core of existence unveiling itself under shadow's entrancing vortex sets familiar terrains. Amid pervasive tension spins the fervor of iconic betrayals. Ronan's self-reflection casts a disarming lens, pondering justice's philosophies. Agendas align atop a razor's path binding past and purpose. Conflict's illuminated discourse intertwines solutions. Echoes of motivation reflect back against explosive unresolved histories. The tension poised over Ronan's judgment steers to yet unfolding narratives awaiting revelation. As contemplation consolidates ancient truths, Ronan relives immersive flashbacks. His internal conflict awakens amidst violence's raw display, a life brim with bifurcating choices propelling introspective feats. Remnants of paths diverged emerge vivid amidst memories of fractured impressions. Ronan acknowledges his journey's chaotic halt, an empowerment intertwined with irritation sparks resolve. In a sandy, barren exile of existence, revelation shifts personal identity. Claims about growth and aspired treasures of joy withstand contrasting attachments, connection threads withheld under tension's nudge. In anticipation, an emotional determination extends across existence's canvas. An affirmation of potential informs salvation's nature. Confrontational oaths assert truths long buried beneath the storm of conflict. Under cosmic illuminations, purpose threats arrive. Ronan faces spectral adversaries. A declaration signifying direct confrontation aligns weighty identities in reciprocal understanding amidst understanding's galaxy. A dynamic and transformative ambience with Ronan, receiving uncharted energies, ignites liberation's future. Glowing resonations lend themselves to unforeseen reinventions of guiding aspirations. Rock formations vibrate under stranger influences. Ronan faces curses layered by past intentions. This challenge brims with potential, revealing a mentor's thoughts and evoking past traditions shifting. In darkness chiseled with hesitation's edge, familiar intentions murmur minds and narratives. A balance found astride moments encircling enlightenment line the void's border. Decisions remain. In a shadowy realm filled with jagged stones, the dark-haired man stands, hands glowing with purple energy. He offers this power to a younger man nearby, urging him to break free from an oppressive curse emanating from a mysterious rock. The air pulses with urgency, promising peril yet possibly the liberation of a daunting weight. The black-haired man faces a foreboding prophecy shared by a figure with a void-like face. Despite being cautioned of injuries and losses, his determination remains unshaken. As his golden band activates, he prepares his staff, radiating a powerful, pink energy. A moment of sarcasm marks his defiance against this grim future. A tense countdown begins. With the command spoken, the dark-haired protagonist, eyes aglow with red, channels echoing energy around him. From his hand, a swirling vortex of dark energy erupts, slicing through the void with compelling force. A harbinger of what comes next. Ronan unleashes a swift, brutal attack, severing the purple-haired enemy's arm. His chilling declaration signals his intent to end the threat before him. The intense glow of his yellow eyes underscores a menacing promise, reflecting the violence he's willing to wield to achieve his goal. Chaos erupts as the dark-haired man controls a swirling sphere of energy, leaving a nearby ally in disbelief. His assertion of help is met with skepticism. Another figure dismisses the plea, striking with a swift action that cuts through the tension, forcing a tense confrontation. Frustration peaks as the black-haired man swings his weapon with rage, only to be engulfed by swirling energy from his adversary. Forced to the ground, he counters the looming darkness with a retaliatory slash, cutting through the shadows as internal determination takes hold. Amidst swirling energy, the protagonist questions his adversary's reckless choices. A sphere of chaotic force grows, his words scolding the source of their misfortune, an especially nasty curse, as he realizes he's caught in a struggle against the dark forces beyond control. A wave of realization washes over the dark-haired figure as he recalls a connection to the source of the cursed energy. Skepticism gives way to a formidable revelation, suggesting a long-standing enemy linked to past encounters and past foes, such as the Bloodhook villains. Standing before a colossal statue, a dawning realization strikes the dark-haired man. He ponders its mysterious purpose and suddenly deduces its role, holding curses at bay. As light from an ancient power erupts, understanding illuminates the dark environment. Observing the grotesque form of his adversary, the confident dark-haired man accuses him of attempted manipulation. As tension rises, fear and determination intertwine within the dark-haired man's thoughts, suggesting that this revelation marks only the beginning of future challenges. In the midst of a foreboding confrontation, the protagonist recalls Sarante's parting words of belief in his inevitable success. As memories of his mentor resurface, covered in the scars of battle, the protagonist steels himself against the pain of loss and the path ahead. Words from a spectral adversary foreshadow incoming danger. Ronan retorts defiantly, asserting regret awaits them. Armed with resolve and his drawn weapon, he stands at the nexus of confrontation, preparing to face an inevitable and intense showdown. A formidable void acknowledges its actions as benevolent, while a cloaked figure casts doubt on Ronan's abilities against a transcendent foe. As Ronan descends into a swirling void, realization surfaces. He faces the unimaginable odds of a celestial conflict. The battle rages as a dark presence exerts control over trembling hands. The tension grows between the realization of consequences and fate as the grotesque figure struggles under its own curse, bringing the threshold of confrontation increasingly near. A catastrophic formation emerges, shattering the ground as an unseen voice tempts with promises of salvation. Within this desolate realm, the dark-haired protagonist faces this dark entity fully realized and menacingly skeletal, encroaching with malevolent power. Amidst intense energy, the dark-haired man with a smug demeanor confronts his adversary, cradling a glowing orb. His satisfaction grows with every revelation, making this encounter deceptively simple, feeding into the chaos surrounding him. Facing a seemingly invincible opponent, Ronan acknowledges his limitations as his adversary swiftly heals. Despite his prowess, realization tightens its grip. While his sword skills have evolved, they are not enough to sway the tide of this relentless battle. Resolved to unlock a powerful technique beyond nature's laws, the dark-haired man readies the Savior's Sword technique. The stage is set as he channels this energy, while his grotesque opponent, engulfed in purple light, lets out a primal scream anticipating the clash. Suddenly, the ground erupts, and a beam of purplish brilliance envelops the protagonist, altering his form as the energy transforms into something new. In this moment, a mysterious shift hints at a transcendent transformation. Confronted by the unbelievable power wielded by the dark-haired man, a shadowy skull figure is left in shock. Ronan, unfazed, reveals his familiarity with this immense power. It marks their past and foreshadows a decisive confrontation. A massive, shadowy entity vows to utilize stolen techniques, roaring Ronan's name amidst a storm of energy. Ronan, poised atop a colossal structure, readies an ethereal purple weapon, bringing forth a powerful cross-shaped energy wave. On a rocky battlefield, a dark-haired man channels immense energy into his sword, facing a multi-limbed enemy. The scene hangs in anticipation as radiant purple energy forms around him, ready to strike with decisive force. As the monstrous entity begins to disintegrate, it warns of impending doom with its dramatic final words. Meanwhile, in a starry, transformed landscape, a determined young man stands ready, unmoved by these threats. Amidst swirling purple chaos, the dark-haired protagonist asserts defiance against a predicted miserable destiny. Determined to change his fate, he recalls his radical decision to travel back in time, confronting fate with resolute belief. Ronan, steeling his resolve, faces a swirling void, declaring the opponent will never witness his future. As the purple turbulence fades, an assured farewell solidifies his triumph over the primordial forces he denounced. Beneath heavy curtains, an elegant and calm atmosphere prevails as soft light envelops a luxurious bedroom. A person rises from bed and reveals a breathtaking view of a snowy cityscape, crafting a serene moment amidst the winter wonderland. Gazing at the snow-covered city outside, the dark-haired man stands confused and concerned. He wonders about the passage of time, his disorientation suggesting a significant period of change while he was incapacitated. A grand view of snow-capped mountains transitions to a convoy rushing through a wintry landscape, symbolizing urgency and adventure. Blurs of movement and the chill winds spell out a journey fraught with urgency. In a snowy forest, a monstrous ice wolf lunges toward a convoy with predatory intent. Glistening with icy spikes, it roars ferociously as tension mounts, casting a menacing shadow over the cold journey. In the snowy expanse, a desperate chase unfolds as a monstrous ice wolf closes in. Relief comes when a light-haired figure intervenes, landing a heroic and fiercely powerful strike against the encroaching threat. Amidst battle cries and heroic actions, Maria Caravel steps up, joining the fray. Voices shout commands, and determination echoes as they mobilize against the monstrous foe, intent on navigating the snowy onslaught. With sword alight, a blonde warrior unleashes a brutal swing against an icy creature. The impact sends the beast reeling, its wounds glowing ominously amidst the snowy setting, signaling a hard-fought clash. A storm of explosive energy unfolds as a determined blonde woman charges through the snow. Her mighty impact shakes the environment while a menacing roar reverberates, challenging the equilibrium of their frozen battleground. Brown Hugo stands fiercely against a colossal, white bear-like enemy. Sword glowing, he meets the beast's might head-on, recognized for his resolve despite acknowledging the monstrous challenge he faces. Explosive power clashes as a fierce combatant shatters barriers, confronting a massive wolf creature in battle. The colossal impact sends shockwaves, underscoring the intense and relentless nature of their fight. Through a snowy terrain, energy ignites as the blonde-haired fighter counters the icy monster. Green energy surges as determination burnishes her battle against the beast's formidable and primal force. Snow and debris swirl as green energy immobilizes a dark-furred creature in agony. A white-haired figure emerges from the aftermath, commanding the battlefield with this decisive magical attack. Brown Hugo wearily acknowledges a hard-won victory as a hooded figure confirms their success. As the threat subsides, glowing energies mark the defeated foes and prepare the stage for battles yet unresolved. With magic ablaze, Acel shatters the icy battlefield with formidable blue energy, exhibiting her prowess. She focuses her power against monstrous adversaries, setting the stage for advancing the supply caravan forward. An explosion rocks the icy landscape, heralding the emergence of the frost centipede. Amidst the chaos, the ominous insectoid creature stands poised for conflict, imbuing the scene with menacing anticipation. Amid the snowy backdrop, tension builds as a shadowy figure prepares a powerful strike. With determination exuding, the command to stop is issued, an attempt to seize control before unchecked chaos reigns. Purple energy lines ensnare a monstrous beast, its struggle ensuing violently. As the ground cracks under pressure, the spectral bindings signify the overwhelming force intent on containing its destructive power. Amid a snowy wasteland, Acel unleashes a powerful attack, shattering segmented entities with swift and forceful magic. Her steadfast resolve dominates, as her momentum signals an imminent assault on leading foes. In an icy terrain, Adeshin, reacting to a tense situation, stabilizes on snow-dusted ground. Her powerful presence underlines finality in an immediate threat, punctuating the crisp, intense environment with relief. In a snowy forest, Adeshin and companions share a momentary relief. Despite expressions of exhaustion and bravado, underlying tension suggests their limits were tested as victories bring no clear resolution. Snow blankets a battlefield as strategic concerns are voiced amidst the relentless winter climate. Characters anticipate the future while yearning for reprieve, their resolve carrying bleak yet resilient determination. Acel and her companions react to destructive magic with shock and uncertainty. Confronted by potential threats, their surprise quickly transforms to urgency as they piece together their responses amid chaos. Walking through a snow-laden forest, Ronan confidently approaches, his weapon held purposefully. With red eyes glinting in the gloom, he reveals himself as one ready to confront any lurking threats head-on. Amidst the snowy forest, a dark-haired man with intense eyes greets unseen companions, hinting at a significant reunion or encounter. Reflectively, this moment foreshadows events shaped by past delays.